Live stream!
Whoa!
Whoa! Live stream!
You don't know
Whoa,
which one
live
it's focused
stream!
on.
Hey! Hi! Welcome!
Welcome to an Off-Book Presents musical improv workshop of varying levels of difficulty.
That's right. That may sound like a video game.
That's right.
Hell yeah! I'm Jess McKenna.
I'm Zach Reno. We're joined by the incredible improv team, All Show No Bow.
Give it up for them. They are gracing us with their talents, and on the keys we have Sam Janitis. So you are here because you helped back Mock Trial of the Movie. Thank you so much for doing that. Hey, guess what? Hot trailer dropped today, so that's, look at that timing.
You can leave this live stream and go watch it.
Sure you can.
I wouldn't, but
I'll wait.
you could.
It's 2 minutes.
It's not that.
Okay, so
This, when I say like a musical improv workshop of varying difficulties, this is a more experienced team. So if you're new and you're watching this, you might be like, well, I don't think I could do this right away. That's probably true. That's okay. We're gonna spend some time at the beginning talking about like musical improv basics. We're gonna talk very briefly about how like off book use musical improv. Because as with all notes, when it comes to improv, there isn't really a right way to do things, by and large. There is just like a personal way to do things.
right. How we look in the chat? Sound levels good? Everyone
So excited.
Heck yeah! Thank you.
Thanks, Laser.
Thanks, Laser. Okay, so yes, let's start by Zach and I both came up very similarly in that we grew up doing musical theater. We found long form comedy, and then we joined Baby Wants Candy, which is a narrative-based musical improv group, meaning they are trying to tell a narrative story. Now that is different than our training at UCB at Upright Citizens Brigade, which teaches you to figure out what is interesting or comedic about a single scene and explore that idea. So when Zach and I decided to do our own show, just the two of us, we really focused on merging those two ideas. And so what that means is, even though Off Book, our podcast, and live show, even though it is a narrative, we try to have a beginning, middle, and end, or follow a story. There's a different sensibility about how we approach the show, which is that at any point if we decide, oh, this is actually more fun or interesting, or this is funnier, we will always choose to follow that, even if there's a more pressing plot move that needs to happen. And I think that that has been the biggest reason why we have our own slightly different sensibility than Baby Wants Candy, which is like our training ground.
Yes, our sort of like hierarchy of priorities when it comes to an off-book show is jokes are first, jokes are number one. Jokes are above rhymes, jokes are above plot moves, jokes are above singing pretty.
Totally.
It is a comedy show first.
Right, and when Zach says jokes, we mean following what's funny about the scene. We don't mean like
Stopping and doing like a banana.
right, right, or like this whole time I had a banana. We mean about like attacking what's funny and making that our priority, even if we really should figure out what the hell this hero wants.
Right. If we're doing a show where there's like a knight and he's storming a castle and he really needs to get in to like kill the evil sorcerer or whatever, but the doorman has something that we think is very funny going on, we will stop the show for 10 minutes for that knight and that doorman to deal with whatever.
100%. And typically, musical improv is really hard. It's hard to think of a song off the top of your head. So we like to save more of those plot moves for scenes where we can do them way more efficiently, way quicker, and use the song to explore point of view, emotion, and comedy.
And you will find us doing a lot of our narrative heavy lifting, for lack of a better term, at the end, when we're taking a bunch of disparate threads and like, oh, okay, what are all the fun elements we've created? How can we combine these in a satisfying way to make it look like we planned the whole thing in advance, which we did not.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just for a couple like lingo things, if you're not familiar with UCB style, we're going to talk about the game of the song or the game of the scene, which for your purposes, if you've never studied at UCB, all that means is what's interesting, what's unusual, what's funny. And because music and comedy are really so similar, they both operate as like pattern-based ideas. So for us, we have this sort of hallmark idea, which is not unique to us, but it's just really governs how we play, that a chorus is where you're going to state the game, and a verse is where you're going to explore the game. And we think that makes making up songs easier, not harder, because it's already hard to think of a song, and it's helpful. Limits are helpful. It's helpful to be more specific.
Yeah, your brain as a human thrives on boxes. Like if I sat you down with a pad of paper and said, I need you to write me a list of 1,000 things, that would be difficult. It would be much easier if I was like, write down 10 animals, 10 colors, 10 different kinds of trees, 10 names for a cat. Like, you want those limitations to help creativity flourish. And when it comes to comedy, those limitations make you be more specific. And specificity is where comedy flourishes.
Right, exactly. Thinking of a song with all the infinite words in the universe is really hard. Thinking of a song with a smaller bucket of words is much, much easier to help your brain actually move faster to sort of zero in what you're working with. Yeah, I think that's maybe like the overview. There's a lot of other things that like Zach and I share as a sensibility that some of the things we don't necessarily know we're doing. But that's like a nice overview to get us started. One other thing that I'll like sprinkle in now, because we're going to play with it today, I guess two other things, is Zach and I really believe in performance. This is, I guess not when it was a podcast, but when we do Off Book Live, like people are seeing us do that in space, and some of this is like our theater kid background or our theater kid training. We really, really believe that confident posture, knowing how to walk down stage, make a triumphant cross across the stage to show status. Physicality is really important for helping the audience know that you have your hands on the wheel. Yeah. Even if you don't, fake it till you make it. That's big for us.
Especially with musical. I mean, with all improv in general, you can feel when someone in front of you is afraid. It doesn't mean you have to never be afraid.
Right.
It just means that you as a performer have a job to make the people watching you feel comfortable. And it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
That is a thing that just takes hours and hours of stage time. We've done 10,000 hours of musical improv, let alone improv that we've done before that.
Let alone musical theater before that.
Right.
So we're using all of that to make the performance come across as confident as possible, even if it's not always confident. And the other little topic that we're going to touch on today is making genre and tropes, making those things our friend. And that's that same idea of making the bucket smaller. It's coming up with a chorus as a lonely widower is hard. If I additionally know that like I'm a vampire, then that's like way more specific. And all that's helpful. So genre and selling it are two other things that if we take a step back, those are things that we play with all the time.
Yeah. And we'll probably stop this at, we're going to have lots of ideas occur to us as we go. And we'll stop to talk about those things as we do them.
And we'll be checking in with the chat too.
Yes, sorry, we're going to do this in sections. So if you have questions, the chat, I put those questions in two buckets. If it is a question about something we are currently talking about or the exercise that we're doing, feel free to ask that at the next, as we move from section to section. If it is not about that, if it is a general improv question, we are going to do the last like 45 minutes of this just answering questions from you and from All Show No Boat if they have it, or they can leave.
They're already being really generous with their time.
Totally.
Please give it up in the chat for All Show No Boat.
And actually, I don't think they're on camera really where they are right now. So if y'all could come up here, switch places with us.
Here they are. Give it up for them. Thank you so much for being here.
And now we'll do a thing that is sort of never done in an improv practice, but would you like to introduce yourselves to the chat so they know who you are?
Yeah, maybe just say your names down the line so that when they hear us call out.
Yeah.
Hi, chat. Adam.
Chat, you look great.
Really
Hey everybody, D'Angelo.
Hi, I'm Shelby.
James.
I'm Amy. I like the choices you've made with your facial hair.
I'm Whitney.
Hi, I'm Richie.
Great, amazing.
Great. So we won't do a ton of this because it's not fun to watch, but most musical improv would start with like a vocal warm-up of some kind. Sam, give us 30 seconds of whatever vocal warm-up.
All right, we're gonna buzz the lips.
Thank you, Sam.
The other sort of like element of your brain that I would suggest warming up, and to be perfectly candid, Off-Book does not really warm up anymore before we do a show. We do it the sound check.
Yeah.
We have a long sound check, and that sound check like is our warm up. So we don't do warm up exercises, but we do end up singing for like half an hour.
Yeah. And usually making stuff up. Yeah.
The other thing that I would recommend, and this is just as like if you're interested in musical improv, part of it is rhyming. It's not like the top of our priority list, but it is. If you listen to songs, most songs have a lot of rhymes in them. So we sometimes remove music from the equation to warm that up and do like a rap warm-up of some kind. This one is called Bad Rap, or, which you may have done before. We're actually going to start with a version called Good Rap, because that's easier. So Bad Rap goes like, the bad version is, not the bad version. It goes, I went to the store and I saw a bee. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. Then I ran into a tree. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. Now if you're doing it with two people, so it's a sentence and at the end of the da 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 rhyme, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, da 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 rhyme, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. So if you were doing this by yourself, the first version of this one we'll do is you will do a self-contained couplet where you are responsible for both the first rhyme and the second rhyme. So let's just do one of those around the horn really quick. And Sam, you can just play a beat under this, but it's not sung, so here we
So
go.
you're going to do your own couplet.
I'm going to do my own couplet. There's no handoffs yet.
Great.
All right.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. Oh, I looked way up into the sky. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. And I saw a bird trying to fly. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
And I looked up and it cried so loud.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
It was so focused, it ran into a cloud.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Run into that cloud, it dropped a feather.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
It caused a storm, oh no, bad weather.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
The weather out front, it tried to sneak.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
But the bird sniffed it out with its beak.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
The storm was mad, it went insane.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
So it rained on a big old plane.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Oh, I see a storm coming, honey.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Batten down the hatches and hide our money.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Well, the bird looked at that plane and said, "That's mine."
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
So it flew straight into its turbine.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
It said, flying? Man, I'll try it.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
So we kicked him out the window, became the pilot.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Oh, damn, it turns out that bird is a bully.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
But the bird pilot, good luck, he's
Sully.
Okay, you can tell they've done musical improv before. We did not say make it one.
Coach. They could have been about a bunch of disparate things and they're like, we're going to do a continuous story.
Give it up, Ralph Shonobo, plus two.
That is sort of leading into what's so, you know, in musical improv, most of the time, you are responsible for finishing your own rhyme and a thing. Now, you will also have moments where you are trying to do sort of group mind, where you are trying to set up a rhyme for someone else to finish. So the next thing that we're going to do is the exact same format, except every person is only going to do
They're going to complete your
they're going to
couplet.
complete the couplet, and then they're going to only start the next couplet. So for this, the words in between become way more important, right? Because if it was just me, I could be like da 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 drum da 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 ba ba da 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 ba bum. I'm the only one that knows the second word that's coming. But if we're giving it to someone else, we need to walk them up to what we want them to say. Sometimes a rhyme, for example, wow, I have some curly hair, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. I'll sit down on this
Chair.
bad, right? So yeah. I guess there's also a version where they take the whole second syllable and then they don't have to know.
Yeah.
So maybe that's better and more useful.
Whichever.
As I'm changing this now.
That's great.
Okay, so
In a moment, we're going to tell you to never worry about rhyming again. So,
Yeah.
like, this is just to also warm up the part of your brain that is generating lyrics. And obviously, yes, rhymes are helpful. Rhymes are like that next level of showiness. But it is also, even if I'm not rhyming, I'm trying to make sure that my lyrics are clear enough for my scene partner to understand where I'm going.
this is how we treat it though. It's like we work rhymes into our muscle memory so that when we're doing a show, they do not become the focus of what we're working on.
Yeah.
So that example I just gave, throw it away. We're going to take a slight step back from that. I'm just going to do the first setup couplet. I'm not going to walk Richie up to the rhyme. He's going to come up with whatever rhyme he wants. This will naturally probably lead to it being more of a cohesive story. But even if it's not, as long as you deliver it with confidence, it doesn't really matter. If you go back, first of all, incredible job.
Yeah.
But you will find that if you go back and watch any musical improv show and you see the setup line to a rhyme, oftentimes the setup rhyme is nonsense because people only really remember what you finish with.
Yeah.
That's where, like, the back half of rhymes is where punchlines should go for maximum impact. And also is just the last thing we hear is what we remember.
Right.
So let's do another one, now always handing off the rhyme. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. I work at a bakery and I make bread.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. I'll be kneading this dough until I'm dead. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. I love to make a good croissant. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I can't mess up my bouffant.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
If I get flour in my hair.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I won't sell any eclairs.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
This one needs a lot of flour.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. Lots of protein and lots of power. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. Wake up in the morning and making my dough. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I'm the coolest baker, don't you know?
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
There's so much work to do.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Dang, I sure wish I didn't drop out of bakery school.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I hate this. I'm going right to Panera.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I'm gonna bring croissants that we can all share.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I prefer my bread when it's shaped as a bowl.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
That last broccoli cheddar, it took
It's
its
toll.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Great job.
Yes, great
I
job.
want to highlight two things that were happening there. One, you see how like the category of bakery and bread makes it easier for your brain to decide what to talk about. If I was just like, do a rap about something, that's hard. If I'm like, bakery, people are like, great, dough, croissant, bread bowl, Panera, like all that. Not only that, the category helps us remember. So when we're in Act 3 of this show, and we're trying to be like, what was that thing about? Oh, right, bakery.
Panera Shara.
Oh, right, Panera Share. which like, is, Shelby, an excellent example of, like, doesn't have to be a real word.
Yeah.
Just have to sell it.
It's actually, and it also was like more memorable and we laughed harder. So it's like it really doesn't matter. And it's like, it is better always to just make the confident choice and you can feel when some of us knew exactly how to like echo like Beastie Boys style, say the word at the same time because it's hyper clear.
Just for speed's sake, we're gonna do, half the group is gonna, I just want you, the new players at home, to know how this group game then escalates. We're not gonna do the whole thing right now. We're now gonna do the thing that I initially did with Richie, which is I will do everything up until the rhyme, let me say your name.
Yeah.
That Richie is supposed to say. So we're just gonna go all the way through James with that. And so my main goal here is to make it abundantly clear, like Shara level clarity of what I want Richie to say.
Yeah.
And if he gets it, great. If he doesn't get it, fine. But that's the goal. It's my job is to help him, and his job is to help Whitney. Whitney's job is to help Amy, and so on and so forth.
And I'll say, if we all know the word, we can all say it.
Oh,
Because,
yes, absolutely. Actually, that's even better.
Great.
More people that know it, the better. Great. And we'll just do this half with that.
but we'll stand here.
You just shout out. You just Beastie Boys the thing.
There we go. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I
Broadway stage.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
And when I think that I won't, it fills me with
Rage! Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. I have to be the greatest actor. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap. I'm gonna eat all my meals like Factor. Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Eating really gets me going.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I'm ready for this show.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Put me on in the nights.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Look, me, it's my name in life.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Gonna be famous, gonna be a star.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
This journey's gonna take me very far.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Great. Now, if you're wondering at home, being like, why is this called bad rap? Well, this is why it's called bad rap. Here's what this group is going to do. The exact same thing, except when D'Angelo tees up a rhyme, Adam's job is to say anything other than that rhyme. This is a little bit of like a brain, like, because what it forces you to do is like, learn the rhyme, and then not say the rhyme out loud.
Yeah.
It's just lifting a heavier weight with your brain. This is the only time I can think of this being really no, this is applicable in shows. We do this all the time.
Comedically all the time.
All the time. When
Yeah.
it's like we're being like, I've set up a beautiful chorus, you know the word I'm about to say, and then I say something else.
Yeah. Like, you fill up my heart, you fill up my heart, you do your portion.
Yeah. Comedy is all about undercutting expectations.
Yeah.
D'Angelo, you good to start? Yeah. Great. All right, let's go. This is why this exercise is called
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
It's dark outside, let me be polite.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
Go into the lamp and turn on the...
Don't let the darkness.
Bad rap, bad rap.
Oh, it's scary out here in the bush.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
I think I don't like it. I've had a
Too much. I am scared. I want to go home.
Bad rap, bad rap, bad rap.
And I go and greet my little garden. Bad.
It is
My
hard
little
to
garden
do.
bag.
My garden bag.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Great work.
Yeah, again, like we're really not going to focus on rhyming, but you can't help the fact that it is really good for you to warm up your brain and start to feel like comfortable just making up words. I also want to highlight, you'll notice that sometimes some of us have the instinct to fill the entire bar. And Amy did a great thing, which was like, I can't, my name in lights. You don't have to use every syllable. So it's also rhyming warm-ups, even though we want rhyming to be like lower on the list of things you have to do. It's still great for you to feel rhythm in your body, get a sense of how long a meter is, because that's just like a muscle that has to get worked at some
sure.
point. So
Yeah, we treat rhyming way more important in practice than in shows. It is truly a like, lift the weight when you're rehearsing, and then don't think about it at all when you're out there. It should not be your priority.
Great. We're gonna move into chorus conversation now.
Yeah.
So let's keep 4 up and then 3 can sit.
Yeah, mix it
it
up.
around a little maybe if you want. So yes, chorus is the same as in a written song. A chorus is the big idea, and you know, Zach and I perform just the two of us, but this is a team. Like musical improv, much more common to be done as a team. So clarity of chorus, simplicity of chorus is super, super important. It's helpful for the audience, for them to understand what kind of song you're singing, but it's really helpful for each other to make sure that we're singing easy, repeatable things that we can come back to. One other thing is like, if you set the chorus of a song, refer to yourself as a chorus captain, give yourself that job, like it is your responsibility. Even if it's just the two of us, we're doing this all the time of like locking in eye contact and being like, don't worry, I got it.
Yeah.
Like you can sing a counter melody for a second, or wait, come in at the back couplet. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but just choruses are, I would say, like the most important thing we sing.
Yes, it is. It is also sticking a flag in what the scene is about.
Yep.
It gives clarity to everything that's going on. And it's the thing that the audience will hopefully leave humming.
Right.
If you do it right.
Right.
We're going to talk about them in terms of like rhyme scheme, just using letters. What we mean by that is like some choruses are A choruses. That would mean that literally the line, the chorus is 4 lines. Every single line is exactly the same. If it is an A chorus, then this line is the same, this line is the same, this line is new, this line is the same.
That's our personal favorite.
We find for comedy, that is the one that we use the most because it's easy to remember, and this line is what we call a mutable joke, which means you can change it every time. Now, if you listen to like pop music, oftentimes the chorus does not change. In comedy, we don't have that luxury because the second time you make the same joke, it doesn't work.
Right.
So.
And then an AB would be like another super common one that sounds more like pop music. But
Now these are talking about rhyme schemes. That doesn't necessarily that doesn't mean that this is like a thing that rhymes with a thing that rhymes with a thing that doesn't rhyme, a thing that does rhyme with a.
For our purposes, we're gonna have you sing literally the same thing. If you're a. Just for example, here, scooch forward a little bit. We'll give you, this is a chorus in a song about kids who are excited for summer. It's like the last day of school. And you can kick us off and you can sing, you'll set it and then you'll all repeat it. Great. Good, yes. Yes.
School's out.
And then wait, you sing yes. Yeah.
School's out. School's out. School's out.
School's out. Great. Sorry to shove you in, but just so that we can show, don't tell. That's what we mean when we say A, like literally the same. It doesn't have to be the identical melody. Like by the time we got down, you held school a little bit longer. It might want to be like school is out, but for simplicity, we're saying the same thing. Okay, let's try one where now, Richie, you're gonna sing something different. It can rhyme, it doesn't have to. This is a chorus in a song that is, oh, actually, let's shuffle around so you don't have to set it again, Jane. Yeah, shuffle. Yeah. Perfect. Love it. Beautiful. Okay, this is, you all work digging out a tunnel for the railroad, but you fucking love it. Sorry, let me say one thing. You don't typically start with choruses, so that's why I was like, yes, hear the song that Sam's playing, get the vibe. You don't dive right in. So yeah, listen to a few bars, get your sea legs. Yeah.
I love it so much. Dirt, digging dirt, totally rocks. Dirt, digging dirt, it totally rocks. Dirt, digging dirt, it totally rocks. Digging dirt, ooh, I love it so much. Love it so much. Dirt, digging dirt, it totally rocks.
Awesome, great job. Fun, percussive, nice like musical choices made there, like dirt, digging dirt is really fun to say. No rhymes there. There are other choices we can make that are just interesting lyrically. Dirt, digging dirt, it feels right. Like, right, that's just a feel thing. And that's why I also wanted to like give an emotion to it. It's like, okay, how does it make me feel to get into it? So that was great. Dirt, digging dirt, totally rocks.
And there's a lot of layers are happening here. Like immediately we're like hit with physicality.
Yeah.
That helps us do that. We're already having people jump in over other parts of the chorus as stuff is going. Like all of these are very foundational building blocks. They are meant to be built upon.
Right.
Also, you will notice that the meter of this chorus shifted slightly as it went on. That's good. That's the group deciding how they're all going to get on the same page and do it. Sometimes I said a chorus, and by the time it comes back around to it, I don't remember exactly what I did.
Or Scott, or Sam or Scott, like one of our accompanist is actually playing something slightly different, or the way we launched into it, it needed to shift. That's fine.
Yeah, it is chorus captain's job to like set us up on the right foot. It's everyone's job to like.
Oh my gosh! And how many times have we said a chorus earlier and we're like, uh-oh, that was way too hard, and then you take it on, you know when it comes back, because we have verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. We'll get to that in a second, but we all know that structure. Sure, there's time when we break it, but we can hear when we're coming back to the chorus, and it was your job, and you are like, I'm taking it all. I'm making it simpler. It's going to be something different. And you take like a confident step down stage, and you're like, don't worry, guys. Now it's dirt, dirty dirt, dirty dirt. Not that this was hard, but it is on you, and you can make that change at any point. But you can help communicate that physically by moving down stage, checking in with your team. I know it's on me. Don't worry, I have us. Here's the new one. Get on board.
Now, if you are doing a chorus like this in the middle of the song, this line isn't always this person's job.
Right. Yeah.
This line belongs to whoever has the line to fill it.
Mm-hmm.
It is just the designated spot that choice needs to get made. If that makes sense.
Should we try an A-B?
Yeah. Let's flip the groups.
Yeah, great. One person stay up though.
You want to say?
Great. So this is just the A's are the same and the B's are the same, and the B can rhyme, but it doesn't need to.
Yeah, and when we say the same, we mean words, not necessarily melody, right?
Right.
So you two are just going to say whatever these two say. Your job easy.
Yay! Great. This is. Oh, actually, let's go to the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Give us a group of people who are singing and. We'll start with that. Give us a group of people, like a job or. What do we think, chat?
Group of. Oh, here we go.
They live a little bit.
They're a little bit delayed.
Yeah. We'll wait for
They're
that.
having a really good time.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was the prompt.
Yeah, the prompt was.
They're a little bit delayed.
People that are delayed for just a little.
I missed my okay, we have factory workers and data analysts.
Factory workers and data analysts.
Great, and then can we get a musical style as well, like type of song or a genre of music?
Yes.
We can, but we're a
Little bit delayed.
Well, this is already delayed.
Boy band. Okay, great.
Boy band.
This is a boy. Let's do data analyst, boy band chorus, and you can vibe out with Sam. You don't have to dive right into it.
All right.
Yes.
What's in a number?
Oh yeah. We're gonna find. Nice.
What's in a number? We're gonna find out. What's in a number? We're gonna find out. What's in a number? We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Great.
Awesome. Okay, I want to highlight something. Keep listening to the end of this feedback, okay? There's nothing funny about what they said. What's funny is how they said it. So sometimes when we talk about the chorus is where we're really planting the flag on the big comedic idea, you can interpret that as, oh shit, it has to be the cleverest, that should be the funniest part, it should be a laugh out loud line. But musical improv especially is in the how. It's not just what you're saying. So the reason this is funny is because of the melody choices that you're making that are recognizable as boy band. It's in the dancing, it's in the vibe. And we understand this idea that boy bands might ask big questions like, and be like faux wise about it. Like, what's in a number?
Yeah.
We're gonna find out. It's actually good how dumb it was. Again, listen to the whole piece. But it's in the how, right? So it's not about getting stressed about, oh, the chorus needs to be this like beautiful crafted hook. A lot of times, like, choruses are bop, choruses are ooh, ah, look out for that shark. That notable chorus.
Yeah, or like, baby, baby, baby,
yeah. Yeah.
Baby is the main word of that chorus.
Exactly.
It happens
So
over and over
we're
again.
going to talk in shorthand of like, make sure you hit the big comedic idea. That doesn't mean, we don't mean that lyrically. We mean like, get us to the heart in the chorus. Let the audience know, let your teammates know, let the accompanist know, because they are on stage, they are a teammate with you as well. He's making the first choice with what he plays, and we're listening and yes-anding. So all of that is, just to say, that's like a perfect example of a great chorus that is not lyrically comedic. I mean, it was like clever and fun, but it is in the how that it was fun.
Yes, like what's in it? Like data analyst has to like, okay, what's in a number?
Right.
That is a thing that we have picked from the category of data analyst
Right.
through the lens of boy band, and with that sort of like presentation, it becomes a joke.
Right.
All of which is to say like, what Jess was, I was going to say harping on, but that's so negative. Which is like, you don't have to work that hard.
Yes.
You just need to take what you are given and
Yeah.
really commit to it.
Yeah, yeah.
But she said it in a really shrill way.
God, I'm so sorry. Thank you for being here. I'm a huge asshole.
You saw it,
We
right?
saw it,
Right
right?
on the tape. Great job. Do you want to do an ABCD just so people see why we don't usually
Yeah,
use them?
it's great.
Great. Mix it up.
Doesn't even matter.
That's true.
Sarah says thank you for the theme song for her job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, did we get any suggestions that we did not use, Laser?
Yes, zookeepers, jazz.
Great. These are jazz zookeepers.
Those animals are locked up.
The shocking, rile, evil little guy.
Animals are worse than humans, that's what God said.
Well, to pick up that scat, 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 scabby-doo-doo.
Okay, all together now. Animals are locked up. They're shiny,
Winky, ooky,
little guys.
Animals
Are worse than humans, that's what God said.
Well, to pick up that scat, 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 scabby-doo-doo.
So, look, very
Did we have a
funny.
great time? Yes.
We had a good time, but who's the show for? It's like A, B, C, D choruses are hard to repeat right after you hear them. Now picture, we went off and did 2 verses after that, and then had to come back and remember this. We're not trying to, and they did a really good job, I suspect purposefully, of making all of those interior lines also quite complicated. Even if that had been like an A, B, A, B, those were so dense, like we probably could have pulled it off, but it would have been tricky.
Yeah, but you also might have checked and clocked our physicality when we did all try to sing it together. We were all like, okay, and we're looking at who's saying which line. We're like, okay, I'm literally like trying to read Amy's lips, like, okay, and I'm watching for like, they're better than God, like, which when in doubt, because sometimes a course like this will happen. You'll just like, it happens. You're not always thinking in like simplistic terms. Sometimes like the character is verbose, or there'll be a reason why this happens, but everyone did the right thing, which is, oop, we made a choice, we have to live in it. It's my job to like try to mind meld you my line.
Yes. Now that said, improv in general, you never really have to be doing something if you really don't want to be doing it. So let's say we're into this song. We've done this chorus. We're coming back to it the second time. It becomes immediately clear, even if I'm staring at these people, no one remembers their thing. And by the way, this happens in off book. If like Jess and I are doing a song, they're like, we did something, but I'm
Yeah.
actually not sure if that
was
is the chorus.
Yeah.
Then like sometimes, a minute into the song, we'll be like, I'm gonna do a new one, and it starts
Now, yeah.
You can always, always, always pivot to make life easier for your team. generally speaking, that also makes life better for the audience. Because if
Right.
you are confused, you, the people up here doing it, I can guarantee you someone out there is also confused.
So let's try, if you can remember what you played, and say we're coming back to this chorus. And any one of you who feels like you want to take the ball, step forward and see if you want to like try to simplify the chorus.
Yep.
God hates animals. Yes, he does. God hates animals. Yes, he does.
Animals the worst thing.
And the beast that nobody. God hates animals. Yes, he does.
Yeah, great.
Great.
Took away the comedic principle. Naturally resorted to an AABA chorus, which is like, yep, that's my personal favorite
Mine too.
So like, there is a reason why our brain wants to go there. Yeah, that was just like.
And something really good happened here, which was that two people were ready to like pick up the ball at the same time. Always better to have more people ready to make the choice than nobody ready to make
For
the
sure.
choice. And just the more that you were like, you will always get like it's improvised. There will always be moments where people see the communication going on between the group.
Yeah.
That's fine. You
It's
don't
so
need-
funny how often people ask, like musical improvisers, okay, so is it like a series of winks and hand signals? And you're like, no. Like, actually, if you watch, you can see what we're doing. I'm going,
I'm gonna keep going, but she's not ready yet.
like, it's actually way clearer where I'm like, do. Here I go. Like, you know, it's way more obvious. There is no subtlety, and don't worry about being subtle, especially on a team. It's easier for Zach and I that's just communicating to one other person. A team, they're dealing with more players, more personalities that could hop in at any moment. So hyper communication, and yeah, just like, okay, you have it. Great.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great.
Awesome.
Incredible.
Great
Next,
job.
Next thing.
Next thing.
Next thing. Great.
Yay.
I'm not going to spend as long on this because I don't think we will need to for. This group is already doing an incredible job of something that we call selling it. Improv is, I said this before, hard and scary. The best way to make the audience feel safe is for you to be brave. Fake it till you make it, even if you don't feel brave. So this is an exercise and also something that we do in shows frequently, designed to like pull out a lot of the mental work, a lot of the math, and just do a song that survives purely on bravery, an exercise that we like to call animal song. Sometimes we will be doing a song and I'll be like, actually, I'm a crow. And actually, this crow doesn't speak English. Actually, this crow just says caw. And I'm going to spend 30 seconds just cawing and doing notes. And this move, for this purpose exercise, lives and dies by how hard you commit to it. It's not about singing well. It's not about thinking up clever lyrics, because you can only say one word over and over and over again.
Yeah, or sound, or whatever. you want.
Or sound,
Yeah.
whatever you want. It is all about bravery.
Really quick, show of hands, who grew up like doing plays or theater? Oh, hey, God bless you. No, so there's a camera, but it's everyone but Whitney. So we're so proud of Whitney. Okay, so there's like a couple of shorthand like things that I think are just worth talking about. Because we used to rake the stage so the back of the audience could hear, this is called upstage because literally the stage would be higher.
In the back.
This is called downstage, and then stage left and stage right are from the actor's point of view. So downstage. Okay, so a big thing that I like, and I can see it in other performers, upstage is status. Sorry, downstage, crap. No status, okay. Downstage is status. Downstage, the closer to the audience. So I am brave. I am not afraid of you, audience. I'm as close to you as I can get because I am not afraid. Upstage is nervous. Upstage is, and I will see this with like beginning musical improvisers, they literally start to rock backwards. So if you are playing a nervous animal, use that. That is part of like how you show, don't tell. Creep up stage, hug the wall. If you are a confident crow, I'm not gonna believe you though if you're up here. Confident crows are down. Confident crows are big, they're bold, they're proud. Crosses. Crosses are a way to show a change in your emotion, change in your status, something you're thinking about. So I might start the song up, slightly upstage as the crow. and then I might get really confident about something because something just occurred to me.
Now,
So this physicality is, you should and can use it. It helps tell the audience more about your character.
Now, what Jess is sort of talking about right now is, but you were like, well, hold on. You said you could only say one word. That's true. But to act this, there's a really excellent clip, I wish I could remember his name, of a current actor singing Maria from West Side Story. And he says, like, the most beautiful sound in the world I've ever heard, Maria, Maria, Maria. Every time he says Maria, it's like a full different thought, like book's work of thought goes through his head. It's very musical theater-y. But for this particular exercise, if this is like a cow that's saying moo, we want those moos to mean different things. Those moos can motivate crosses, they can do whatever. No one except for you will know what the sort of like actual motivation behind those is, and there doesn't have to actually be one. You can fake it, be like, these moos are going to be confused. These moos are angry. These moos are thoughtful.
Yeah.
It's just about choices and changes and sort of like dynamics.
Right, you can make changes in your physicality. Like, I think, we do this all the time. Like, if I'm playing like a young, quintessential like damsel, I might do little twirls and I might like hold specific poses. I'm using everything I know about tropes of like stories I've seen because, again, that's making the bucket smaller. It's making what I'm doing more specific, and it's helping the audience picture me as suddenly a bunch of different characters.
And there's, as always with musical improv, another sort of element being injected here. Sam, play something. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. That's something totally different. See, like, those are very different cats.
Those are very different cats. Those are actually extremely different cats.
Because as always, like, your accompanist is one of the major players. Now, if you are building a scene, probably the song that starts, that big meaningful song, will happen at a time where that cat needs to be big and meaningful, but not always. And if not always, probably the accompanist is doing that because they think it's funny, and it's to like undercut that, which is like totally fair. But always keep in mind that you are never creating in a vacuum. There are lots of things, gifts being given to you if you only open your eyes and ears and accept them. And now I'm harping on it.
Oh, can we how much Zach was harping on that? Wow. Okay, great. So can we get one person up?
One person out.
Yay! And we're gonna, basically everyone's gonna do it. So.
You don't want to pick someone to pick it. Would you like to pick it? Or, yeah.
An animal for Shelby.
Giraffe. Okay, I will allow that. Amy, you have to tell me what sounded giraffe.
Is it like snack? I want to
say you also can say your own name. You can say giraffe.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Smack giraffe.
Smack giraffe.
Yeah.
This is the song Smack Giraffe by Shelby.
Full song.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, Pokemon rules. That's what I was saying.
Oh, nice. Pika.
Yeah, great. And whatever Sam plays is right. And whatever you sing is right.
Yeah.
And we are not going to make it like a full 2 minutes. So.
Okay.
I've already interrupted. It's already.
He's really hard. Yes! Oh, yeah! Oh my
Amazing. We're getting the Les Miserables. It was incredible. Now, I could tell when the chorus was happening, despite the fact that there were no words in that song. Shelby also went full hard mode and actually was really captivating while saying literally nothing while she let the whole song cycle by, which people forget that they can do. This group is very good at picking up very quickly on where a chord progression goes. That's something that will instinctually come to you with time. The more you listen to music, the more you work with an accompanist. But oftentimes, an accompanist will start playing over the scene so that they can cycle through the whole chord progression so that you can hear where it's going. Do they need to do that? Do you need to wait? No, you can. I can jump in the second Sam starts playing and just sort of like find the chords as they come.
Prove it.
All right. It's not that hard if you just pause right before the change.
Okay. Well, and also sometimes you might start singing before they're ready to play, and they have to find you. But for the most part, 95% of the time, you are not trying to do that because it's also helpful for you to wait and listen and get a vibe for the music so that you know when to start. But in that time, the reality of you being on stage did not stop. So you still are holding the performance of that song, which Shelby did really beautifully, which is just like, we already see this person in space, and try to think of every musical that you've ever seen. The music might start, and unless it's like, bump, 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 that character is on stage like taking it in because, here they go. They're about to sing. The giraffe was writing a letter?
Yeah, it was
to someone you really love.
Yeah, but
yeah,
It was not going well.
Yeah, it was like a heartbroken.
Yeah, it was really beautiful, and I saw all that in a fountain pen.
Yeah, fountain pen.
Yeah. So see, there's so much we have that aren't words.
Went to put a necklace on and remembered how big the necklace was.
Okay, can we get someone else up? Don't be shy. Yes. Do you have an animal that you feel really confident about wanting to explore?
I feel really confident about.
Chad says pig, snake, turtle. You got a
favorite in there?
I think turtle.
Great.
Turtle's great.
Can we get what's the noise of turtle?
I think we're about to find out.
Yeah, you learn a love affair with giraffe.
Yeah.
And you got giraffe's letters. They smell like giraffe.
Yeah.
And now you got to drive to giraffe, but you're actually really scared to drive.
Yeah. Because it's too fast for
Yeah, because you're a turtle.
So hard to drive.
You know it's great. Okay, so obviously turtle is not a genre, but turtle comes with a lot of expectations already, like scared to go fast. What else do we think about turtles?
In a shell.
Non-confrontational. Great. So Adam is using that. So we have two choices. We're either like using that or we're undercutting it, right? And it's great, the immediate like physicality and understanding of like, yeah, this is a turtle song, like sort of immediately. It's great. It's not a traditional genre choice, but it was used as such. The specificity of turtle is helpful. Okay, someone else. Great job. Beautiful chorus.
Turtle.
Yes. Do you have an animal that calls you?
Don't.
What were the two that we just
Pig or snake?
Yeah, pig or snake.
Okay, great. Can I give you a bonus challenge?
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw such a classic turtle. Can we potentially undercut what we expect of a pig?
Yeah.
Non-traditional kissing.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Oink, oink, oink. Oink, oink, oink. Oink, oink, oink. Oink, 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 oink. Oink, 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 oink. Oink, oink, oink. Oink,
Yes.
A fancy pig. A very fancy pig. Great. Good job. Yeah. When you are not allowed to survive on like lyrical cleverness, it will really force you to use every other part of your toolkit. That means your voice, movement, physicality, and the other side of that, I don't even know. Just the sort of je ne sais quoi.
Sorry, I have eyes on the chat and it went to like a funny image for a second. I got distracted.
Yeah.
We were all,
It's good.
heck yeah, actually it was
That's funny.
Here's what
good.
the censor was actually.
Yeah, please bleep that out.
Great, someone else up.
Yeah.
The one from the chat that we haven't used yet is snake.
The last show I did, I played Snake.
Yeah.
Say an 8 out of 15 shows Zach plays a snake.
Yeah, I'd love to be a snake.
Love this.
I would say, now if we were trying to make like an actual snake sound, it would just be like, which is like a non-voiced sound, right? So my challenge to you is find all the ways in which snake can sing.
Yeah, you can vary it up.
Whatever that means to you. And don't worry too much about like acting out a scene and letting us know what it means. We don't need to know what it means. It just has to be fun to watch. That does not mean it has to be complicated. Does not mean it has to be clever. It just has to be committed. That's all. Okay. So don't overthink it. This is Snake by Whitney.
Now downstage for a chorus. Face on stage. Big run. Yes, yeah. Yes. Yeah. I forgot about rattle. That's great.
Don't forget about rattle.
I can't forget about rattle. I'm sure like this is probably that's also a great way to, that's why I side coached you to do it, is like you were filling the space and letting us know the space, which was great. And to me that's like verse territory, is like because verse territory feels more like where we might be pontificating and things might feel more scenic. We might be like, I'm walking over here because I'm thinking of it, and now I'm walking over here because I'm seeing something over here. But now I feel like I know what it is, and it's rattle, and I think that's like, it also I think helps put in your body, right, that's the big idea. So that's why I side coached you into doing it, but I think maybe hard from the side, but I'm sure the chat felt, oh, that is a chorus shift there, because there's a downstage move.
We're also dealing with a weird physical dynamic in this room, which like normally the audience would be where the people are. But right now, the people are over here. So we're all feeling like a performer's inclination to be like, hi, perform this way, where the people are, excited with where the camera is, which is here.
Can we have two people up and now do an animal duet?
Yeah.
Okay, you are a duck and a goose.
Yes.
Okay, and you can only say,
Things that a duck and a goose would.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, beautiful.
Honk, 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 honk. Honk, 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 honk. Honk, 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 honk,
Great job, great job. That was like accidentally a great lesson in handoffs and duets too, which is like they're singing opposite things and they're trying to listen for the openings to do. But wow, we really knew a lot about them.
Yeah.
I think.
I think you also did a really good job of what we like to call landing the plane. Like it's leaving the audience with that last picture. We'll inform them about how they felt about the whole song.
Yeah.
Like a really kick-ass song that ends with you like, I don't know. It takes all the wind out of your sails. You've worked so hard for it. Even if you're like, I don't know how I feel about this song, I've been like sort of struggling and figuring it out. When you finish it, land the plane. Whatever you're doing, do it 100%. And people will go like, wow, they seem pretty confident. That must have been really good.
Yeah.
That's like truly how improv works as a whole.
It's all foolery.
It's all foolery.
Tricks and traps.
It's all tricks and traps and smoking mirrors.
Okay, can we get 3 people up? Maybe one who hasn't, Richie haven't gone, and then 2 more people who can go again. This time we're gonna have you all be the same animal and try to set a unified chorus. I mean, I will say, I think like one of the biggest traps in musical improv is like a plan song. Like we get stuck in this all the time, especially if we're doing narrative, we're trying to tell a story. So sometimes they just happen and it's like too hard to get out of it because you're like, I found myself once again in like a villain planning song. So we're gonna give you an animal in a second. This is a villain and henchman or all the same. This is a villain song, which is like a super useful type of song to do.
Chat, put now so that we get up at the time we're ready to go what animals this is.
Yeah. But Zach is excellent at this, that like, even if we do have to hear a villain plan of like, I shall put a laser in the middle of the elementary school and that's how I'll win the rule of the town that I now own because my mom was a drop of fuzz, whatever. Like, sometimes you get it, especially if you're trying to tell a story, you're like, I have found myself in a song where I'm just talking about the future, which is like a big improv trap. Like, we don't want to do that. We want to communicate as people together in the scene about what we want, what we feel,
because it's hard to live in the future. It's hard to like feel emotionally
connected
to a thing that you are talking about doing and not doing right now.
Exactly. Like even Be Prepared, the chorus is like, it's not plan. It's like, we'll get rocks on the king.
It's like get hyped.
It's like get hyped, exactly. So if you find yourself in a villain song, remember you can always still perform the shit out of it and you can always still make a more joyous chorus and then, we move on, it happens. In the course of a show, we might get in a song that's a little too planny, a little too acting for the future. So all that to say, let's see it, but we're not going to worry about the words of it. Let's be 3 villainous animals. Try to have a chorus together. In the parts before, you can do traditional like handoff and stuff.
And Laser, what animals has chat gifted us with?
Frog, fish, dolphin, bee, highland cow, wolf, and fox.
Wow, that's so many. Do you have a preference? Do you want frog?
I was gonna go with highland cow, but
Thank you. And you can use more of the words associated for you can use the tapestry of frog a little bit. Cool.
Can we use a chair?
You may use a chair. That's what they're there.
Yeah. Okay, immediate, yes. Perfect.
Ribbit, croak, ribbit, croak. Croak, croak, ribbit, ribbit, croak. Ribbit, croak, ribbit, croak, ribbit, croak. Ribbit, 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 croak. Ribbit, ribbit, croak. Ribbit, ribbit, croak. Croak, croak, ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit, croak.
Yes, great. Okay. Who was the main villain and who were the henchmen?
Richie!
Yeah. And why did we know that?
His British accent.
But also,
But also what? Staging.
staging his status, his physicality.
The stage picture, right? They could have all they could have grabbed chairs, and now we really are. But they didn't make that choice. They sat sort of less than. He had more status because he was sitting up. So that was such a clear stage picture before they even started singing. We were like, oh. Great.
Yeah.
And somehow, with only singing Ribbit Ribbit Croak, they had an AAB chorus. AABA chorus. Ribbit Ribbit Croak, Croak Croak Ribbit, Ribbit Ribbit Croak.
We don't know how we feel about croak croak ribbit.
Exactly.
We're gonna explore that in the verse.
Now, also, if the verse of that song had been sort of like boring, not particularly comedic, it's like, how will I get into the swamp? Oh no, there's a bunch of logistical concerns. I think there's rope and also a bridge, and I think there are guards. Like, that's not that fun. That's not that interesting. But the way Richie was performing it, I'd be like, okay, I'm in on this, you know? And then breaking free, tearing the plan down and being like, ugh, but ultimately, ribbit, ribbit,
This
croak.
plan is bad.
Yeah, that was great.
Like,
How did it feel for y'all being in it? Like, I know you're a team and you play with each other, but like, how did the clarity feel for you?
I like when it's easy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like you
No,
could,
for sure,
you could have done
right?
that for a long time,
Yeah.
I suspect.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good. I had another thought. What was it? It's gone. We'll come back or it won't. I don't know.
We don't need it.
Just that like the positional stuff in terms of like status can be so much more simpler than that. Like if Jessica's standing there and she's about to do a song and I'm just like here, you know immediately who's in charge. Like you
It's me, the one who harps.
That's right. The harp master himself.
I am the one who harps.
But yes, really incredible commitment to characters in a world that we know nothing about, other than that they're frogs and they're going to say croak, ribbit, croak. Great job. I think that's it for audience.
Yeah, great job, everybody.
The next thing that we're going to do is.
Oh, sorry. Do y'all need a break for a second?
Yeah,
We can check in. Y'all good?
Okay,
You're good? Okay.
we're going to do one more and then chat. We're going to take a break, and in that break, we will answer any questions. So get them ready. We are going to do a version kind of what Jessica just did as like the bad example, which is sort of like stream of consciousness, move your mouth, have words come out. Again, I am not super concerned with rhyming here. This is all just to like, I don't know if this is true for everyone, but I found it to be true for myself. That when I am doing musical improv, I have sort of two modes when it comes to coming up with lyrics. One is I'm planning rhymes and then the targets for those rhymes, like the joke that I want to make, and then the setup that I need to make to get to that rhyme. The other is that I don't have time to do that, and you're just moving your mouth and you find it as you go, or you don't. Which is to say, at any given moment, you'll be prepared or you won't, and you need to be able to sing in both those moments. So we're gonna have two people come up. We're gonna start a very brief scene, and Sam will start playing immediately, and very quickly into the scene after we sort of establish our scenic basics, which are who, what, where. If you are watching this and you're like, I want to try musical improv and I've never taken an improv class, I would say take an improv class first and then do musical improv class. Because a lot of the stuff we're talking about here is foundational from the improv world, and you getting better at improv will only make you better at musical improv. My favorite musical improvisers are that because they are incredible improvisers. They happen to also be amazing singers, but there are incredible musical improvisers who are not amazing singers, who are just great improvisers. So we're gonna have two people come up, and then very quickly, after we know the who, what, where, someone is just gonna start singing, and I want this to be lyrically dense. These are not held notes. This is words, 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 words. I don't really care about rhymes. If you find them, they can be internal. They don't have to be at the ends of words. I just play Sam really quick, like. I just want you to go and not think about what comes next and not worry about the next thing you're going to say. It could be anything at all. It could be a secret. It could be a discovery. Doesn't matter as long as you keep going and never stop. And the point here is a couple things. One, much like an animal song.
Much like an
animal song. This survives on presence and commitment. People worry about like, oh no, I got halfway through a verse and I set up a rhyme and I don't have the end of it. No one cares if you sell it. If you find internal rhymes here, or you're like, and you arrive at one, that's great. You do it fast, that's cool. That's bonus points. That's not what we're looking for here. One person is going to go for basically as long as they can, or when they've gone for quite a long time. Your partner is up there to take that baton from you in either a moment where you really need help, or it's just like, you've got it, but let me let you breathe for a second. I'd say if someone goes for as long as I just went, feel free to hand it off. But I want you to go at least that long. Wait a minute, those two thoughts are opposite.
I don't think so. Yeah, they are.
Let him go for a while. Like I don't think this will happen, but I don't want you to bail someone out immediately. I want you to. This is not easy, but it is. You are all capable of it. Let them go for a little bit before you bail them out. But if they've gone for a little bit, then just take
We also might side coach it for like a switch.
Yeah, that's true. We might. Who knows? Two people that didn't just come up real quick. 1, 2, yay! We're going to take a suggestion from the chat's already given us a bunch. What were those animals that we just got?
There was a dolphin.
There was a dolphin. Okay, great. This is an aquarium. So you're both in an aquarium.
I hope they feed the fish soon. That's my favorite part.
I hope they do for you too. I mean, we haven't seen a fish feeding in months. But the food finally arrived today. I'm just here to support your wishes. I feel so bad that, well, thanks. I wrecked your car.
And the thing I said was, I don't care if you wrecked my car. I don't care if you totaled it.
As long as we can go to the aquarium and see fishes feeding.
Great.
Sure, you wrecked my Subaru, and now we're inside the aquarium, which is just like a zoo, but for fish. But they have to eat sometimes, so now there is a guy in a scuba mask, and he feeds them one at a time. First the stingray, then the seahorse, then the fish, and these grouper, then the tilapia, then the cod, then the kingfish, then the pupfish, then the one that looks like a blob. It's called a blobfish.
Great, Amy, take it.
I was gonna give you money. I was gonna call your insurance. I was gonna apologize to you and your dad who owns the car. I was gonna buy you lunch for a month. I was gonna mow your lawn. I was gonna shine your shoes.
But I don't want any of that. No, I don't want your money. Don't want dead presidents. I want to see fish feeding all of the time. And it's even better when I have someone to share it with, because nobody ever wants to come see this, because it's not really that interesting.
Octopus, seaweed, whale, sharks, and another shark, and a spotted grouper.
Oh my gosh, and so many sardines. So many sardines. There's
So many sardines.
Great job, yeah. Incredible. Really good work. That is not easy. You will find that, like, oftentimes you will fall into those boxes that help you, right? It's like, oh, okay, now I'm listing fish. And sometimes you get into one fish, and the second fish you list is seaweed. and that's good, because people have listed a bunch of fish already. Like, part of what is so amazing about improv is the moments in which you, the human in the audience, be like, that seems hard. I can tell that it's hard because if they would have been able to write it down, they wouldn't have said the thing that they did. That's like a joy to be in the room for. That is good. That is the point of the art form.
Yeah, totally. And lists are helpful.
Lists are helpful.
Not for nothing.
Lists are helpful.
Finding that it's like finding a pocket, or it's like finding a toe hold if you're rock climbing. If you're like, ooh, all of a sudden I can just list fish.
I was gonna wash your car. I was gonna clean your house. I was gonna walk your dog.
List
I was
of the
gonna
things, that you weren't gonna do.
And there were a couple internal rhymes, Whitney, that I don't think you were looking for, but just because of the muscle memory of rhyming a lot, like you stumble upon. And when the muscle memory kicks in and does that, like that's the magic trick.
And I'm again not sure how familiar the chat is with musical improv, but as like people who've been doing it for a long time and who have watched a lot of it, a million times I would rather watch that song than a song that was like, you're my friend till the end, friend till the end, till the end, friend, never been my friend, friend till the end. Like, you know what I mean?
That rhymed
like,
really good.
But it didn't mean anything, and it was really like dumb, and it didn't tell me anything.
Hold on a second.
Hey, thanks. It doesn't. I actually learned way more about their characters' relationship to each other that way, which is always more interesting. Great. Two more up.
Two more up. My extra bonus challenge is as fast as you can and as dense as you can. That was pretty fast and dense, I would say. Now it's tricky because sometimes you get like an up-tempo song. Not tricky, but like going double time in a fast song is usually impossible. So like you're limited by the meter of the music that you have. But what else do we have? We have what? Bees. Bees. Okay. These are.
That's your suggestion. You can.
The suggestion is bees.
Scene lit to help us know what that means, and take a few steps down stage.
But the scene basis that I just need is like, who are you? And when I say who, I don't mean like your names. I mean like your relationship to each other, and maybe your job if that's relevant, but it's maybe not. What is the reason you're together, and like where are you? That's all we need as a jumping out point. We don't really need game or for this like history or plot. We just need that so that when you launch out into all this, we know where we're going. Okay. Suggestion is bees.
First day on the job, huh?
Oh, yeah, I could not be more excited.
I can tell it's your first day because your shirt's sticking out the top of your suit. You gotta tuck that in or else the bees will find their way in.
Oh, thank you so much for telling me.
Of course.
God, you were working here long.
Oh yeah, I got stung mighty fine on my first day.
Oh, wow.
Just trying to make sure it doesn't happen to you.
Oh, God, that's so kind of you, and on such a beautiful day.
It is. It is a beautiful day. You better watch out for the bees, my boy. You better watch out for the bees. They'll come right out of the tree. They'll come out of their home. For you, they'll come to suck your blood. They don't suck your blood. They stab you with their venom claw. They don't have a venom claw. They have a stinger. It kills them. It's a stinger that kills them, but it can kill you. If you're allergic, you'll die too. And then they'll die, and you'll die, and you'll die at the whole same time.
I'm surprised you knew I was allergic to bees. I've been allergic since the age of 3. It's really, really bad, and my mom took me to the hospital one fine day. I didn't really know what was going on, but my teeth and my cheeks were swelling so much that I couldn't breathe and I couldn't see because of the bees.
So what made you want to do this job? If you're allergic to the bees, why would you want to work with bees? Those are bees that could kill you, my boy.
I come from a long line of beekeepers. My grandfather and grandfather and his grandfather, father, mother also kept bees in their house in Northern Ireland and Northern Massachusetts. They all kept bees, and I want to continue their legacy.
So you're continuing a legacy from family who are from Northern Ireland and Northern Massachusetts, and you want to walk with bees even though they'll kill you. Well, you're a brave boy, and I've got some news for you. It's gonna be a real fun time if you don't get stung, but if you get stung, you're gonna die.
Incredible. Incredible work. Really good. Really good.
Someone in the chat said I'm obsessed with this song.
Yeah. Honestly, same.
Hard same.
Hard same, chat. Yeah. Great work. Really incredible listening.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like, sometimes with a old hand on the job, new person to the job. This could have devolved into like a teaching scene. Teaching scenes are hard because D'Angelo wouldn't have a lot of like agency of what to do. He would just be like, well, I guess you tell me what to do. That's not what this scene was. This scene was about
both of them sharing like a ton of information and really good active listening on both of their parts. Where it's just like, and it's the same thing. It's like when you're forced to do it, you actually can do a bit of a knowledge dump. And again, they were finding rhymes because they're experienced and their ears are trained to hear them, but they didn't all rhyme, and it didn't matter. I wasn't sitting there going, bee and tree rhymed, but then teeth and cheeks also rhymed.
I was delighted every time Richie said my boy. It's just like such a specific thing from this character.
Yes.
And then D'Angelo gives this like incredibly detailed thing about like, here are the places that my family is from. And what a gift to give your scene partner, because then Richie can be like, okay, how much did that come out of? Okay, so you're from Northern Ireland and Massachusetts and it's a legacy thing. Like, we're not creating new information here. We're just like listening to our scene partner and delivering a confident performance, and that's worth everything.
Right. I want to also highlight, yes, my boy is so great. I was also really helpful. Rhyme is something that we get really obsessed with in musical improv, but there are other musical things that are super helpful, and repetition is one of them. So I wouldn't even get into the weeds of like, what type of repetition do you do? Oh, is that a tagline or what? I don't even care about that. Just repeating shit is really like fun for the ear.
Say my boy more.
Yeah, totally. So like, remember there's other musical choices you can make, and sometimes it's just like, be a good student of the world. Listen to music, listen to musicals, and you start to be like, oh, you know what? They also always do this thing, or you know, when sometimes a long sustained note, we can also play with like pacing and stuff.
Now, because I asked them to go 100 miles an hour, we covered like a lot of ground. But something that does happen when you're like, well, I have to go, so I'll go now, is you will sometimes stumble in getting what we call like the first unusual thing. Now, Richie immediately starts listing the reasons that bees can kill you, and the first 3 things he says are wrong. It's like, they'll suck your blood. They won't suck your blood, but they'll hit you with their venomous huff. They won't do that.
It's a stinger.
If this had been like a song that wasn't this exercise, we wouldn't have known the game of the song when it started, but as soon as we get that, and that's not something he planned in advance, that's just you putting your brain on autopilot. The job of everyone in the scene is to be like, oh, we might have it.
Right, like if we weren't doing this exercise and if Zach was in the Richie role and I was in the D'Angelo role, which would be more obviously how this would happen. Zach is always singing really fast. I would be like, I'd be ready to state the game by the chorus, so that when he takes a breath, I would probably set a chorus that's like, so do you know this or not? Do you actually know bees? Do you know this or not?
And that would be such a gift, because like I've only been talking about the ways that bees can kill you, and he's like, do you actually know bees? It's like, yes, I know bees. Now I can talk about like, how many legs do they have?
Yes.
How many wings do they have?
Right, I'm telling Zach, keep going, be dumber.
This is the game, and the chorus, in addition to all the many things that we've talked about that a chorus can do, can be used to plant a flag in what your scene partner thinks is the funny thing about what you just did.
And Zach and I will do that. We'll communicate on stage. Like, sometimes if the character in the show, it's really their song. Like, and Zach might sing a song that I don't say a word because it's really about his character, and I'm like, he's got this, and he's never giving me a look of like, can you help? I'm just like, he's got this. But most of the time we're still reflecting like, we're in this scene together, and I'm probably watching him do an insane run really fast with a lot of good and cool rhymes about bees. And really good. And I'm making eye contact.
I did it, not them.
Yeah. You said my boy that many times. I'm making eye contact with him to say like, got you. I'm like giving him a little bit of like, I'm starting to move down stage, and I'm like, go ahead, breathe, I got it. To show him that I'm like, here's what I think the game is, and I'm gonna state it in a chorus, so then I'm giving him, you know, a few bars to catch his breath here, because sometimes when you're the one inventing and you're churning it up, you might not have that outside view. Like, did you, I mean, you can answer this truthfully, but did you realize you were doing that, Richie? Like, would you have known that was like kind of a character game you were establishing?
No.
Yeah, because you're in word vomit.
You're in it.
You're in it.
Your job was the music started and no one started singing, so you're like, fuck, I guess I'll go, and you did that.
But how many of us like heard it that he did like 3 things in a row that were like, no, it's not a claw, it's a stinger. They don't suck blood.
We all laughed at it.
Exactly. That's the other cue, is a laugh, a recognition from the audience, or even you, or you're like, that was funny. oh, that's probably what it is. Do you know this or not?
Thank you.
Do you know bees at all?
Now, Jessica and I are in a minority where I think most musical improv groups or improv groups are not 2 people long. So the amount of your team that has their feelers up for this should be multitude, right? Like that is literally the job of your back line, not to like insert themselves into the scenes, but to have like opposite of forest for the trees view of like clocking things that other people miss. Sometimes that means you come in a walk-on and be like, hey, this guy doesn't know bees at all. and then leaves. And like that's it.
Oh, good luck. He's training you. He doesn't know bees at all.
Like if your scene partner can do it, great. But sometimes your scene partner is also like trying to get every single thing that you say.
Right.
So if you are on a larger team, that is the responsibility of the team.
And in that situation, Zach and I that walk-on's not setting the chorus. They're like suggesting for what the main people in the scene should maybe make the chorus. Because they've heard something and like, hey, this will be really fun and funny just in case you didn't hear it. Here's what it is.
When it comes to like the focused players, no, sit down. Thank you. When it comes to like focused players and backline dynamics, this is something that every team has to sort of work through. But I would encourage you, the backline, it's never like, wow, that scene's going pretty rough. I hope they figure it out. It's like, no, that's your show, dude. You need to get like you need to get out there and help them in some way. Now the trick is, you need to help them in such a way that it still keeps the focus of the scene on them. There's a saying in improv: the most important part of a walk-on is when you walk off. And you can tell a really good improviser by someone who's like, here's some help. It's not about me. Bye.
Yeah.
And by the way, that will you usually get a laugh. You don't need to like stick around.
But that goes back to what Zach said a few minutes ago, which is like, that's a good improv rule. And I assume most of you took improv before you took musical improv, but it's also just like, anytime you feel, hey, we've had like a few rough shows in a row, or I'm personally feeling stuck, it's probably always the best advice to go back to your improv training. Okay, if we weren't singing, what could we be doing better as a team?
Yeah.
What could I be doing better as a performer? Oh, I think I need to listen harder and I need to be clearer up top because we're spending way too many songs like meandering to find what it is. I need to make bigger choices faster. It always goes back to your baseline improv training.
You're not going to music your way. You can music your way out of one number per show. You can be like, I don't have a game here. I'm an incredible singer. I'm going to belt the shit out of this. You get one per show. The second time you try to do that, people will be like, but this is comedy, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Like even the best singers I know, like you get one. And to just point out, the problem is never the music. The problem is always the improv. And whatever problem you guys have.
Yeah, whatever your problem is, whatever your freaking problem is. We're gonna take a quick 4-ish minute break for our beautiful improvisers here, and we're gonna come to the chat.
Chat, if you have questions, get them in the chat now.
You guys get a drink of water, use the restroom if you need. Thank you so much so far. I think this is maybe still best camera.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me read them to you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Laser, you can join us too if you want.
Yeah, Laser, come hang out.
I don't know how.
Okay.
Okay. Matt
Matt.
asks, question about choruses. What should you do if you and your team are mid-song and the person who set the chorus has a chorus that's really hard to replicate?
Simplify. I mean, look to that person to see how much of it that they remember. And if they remember it, we're trying to replicate it, but probably that person will feel that it is hard for the rest of the team. They get sort of first dibs at simplifying it.
Yeah, I would make eye contact. If Zach said a complicated chorus and I hear the end of the verse, I'm making eye contact with him to see, do you have it or not? And if he's looking at me like deer in headlights, I'm like, okay, let me try to remember the one main line. And this is honestly, if it got really complicated, this is personally where I would really rely on like oohs and ahs too, to get me out of it. So I might do something like, if the chorus was, do you know anything about bees at all? But it was like, every line was different and it was really complicated. I might say like, okay, got you. The chorus is now, do you know bees at all? Do you know bees at all? I'll rely on like, let's take as many words out, but can I remember what the like core idea was?
Similarly, do you know about bees? 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 Like it's just, that's all you, like the core of it. Grab the part that's important, let the rest go. Remember, it's a song that you will never ever do again, so don't stress about it too much.
But honestly, there's a lot that is said in the like moment of like I can give Zach like a deer in headlights moment of like, I really don't know what
And
it is.
this happens in every off-book show that we're looking at each
So
other,
they'd be like,
who, you,
do you know about me? You know, and then it's
I'll
like,
listen to what it is, and then you'll jump in. And that's the other half of it. Once someone has changed it, it's everyone else's job in the group to be like, this now, this now.
the other thing you can do is if you feel like it would be helpful for everyone to sing it through and basically double up the chorus. So like, if the first time we sang it, it was really, really complicated, and now it's, do you know about bees? 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 And where normally, if it was really simple, I would have gone back to the verse. I might, as a performer, be like, I think we need to sing it to set it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing it again, and the pianist is just, it might sound weird for a chord, but once they hear me just doubling the chorus, they know to go back to the chorus.
They'll
follow.
Baby Wants Candy, when they're teaching, as a rule, the first time a group chorus gets set, you literally do it twice in a row. Just the first time, so that everyone gets another practice round at it. If you are a new group, I would suggest that as like a training wheels thing, and you'll know when you're ready to be like, nope, I heard it once, I can go through a whole verse and come back to it.
Right.
Great question, thank you.
Sarah, for duets, is there still a chorus captain, or are there other common formats such as trading off at the verse, sharing, or splitting a bridge, etc.?
For duets, that's gonna be a pretty personal communication between you and your scene partner, but in general, I would say maybe 60-40, the person who is like leading the song for whom the song is about, because usually a duet is more about one person than the other. There's a support person and a lead. That person sets it, but the answer is not really. Like group communication.
And also you might do something, if it was like a love song, maybe someone takes the first chorus, maybe the other person takes the second chorus, and that's like a good time to use that mutable line. So if it was like, I love you, I'm a prince, I love you. Maybe when I take it, I'm like, I love you, I'm a serf, I love you.
Yes, I would say as a rule, if you have a mutable chorus and one person has done the mutable line the first time, the other person has dibs on it the next time around.
To try to offer their point of view on the chorus.
Yeah.
But another good opportunity to force a repetition of the chorus. So if it was like, if the first time through, I love you, I'm a prince, I love you. Now we might sing it together. I love you, you're a prince, I love you. You know, we might double it up, especially the first time through.
The idea of a chorus captain becomes way more important if we are trying to get a bunch of people on the same page at the same time.
That's like when it's a team of like 4 to 8 people.
Or you're just in a group scene. If you have a team of 4 to 8 people, if the scene is just 2 of you, it's going to be a like, this is much easier to navigate who's taking the baton when than if there's 4.
Also, counter melodies. Like we saw this in Duck and Goose. So if it was, I love you,
you are a prince,
I'm a prince. Yeah, like we're not actually singing in unison. We're using the fact that we can add counter melodies. Is a really easy way to navigate it because you don't have to perfectly line up.
Yeah, we didn't talk about counterpoint a ton, but let's say that you are in a position where it's a duet. One person knows the chorus down pat. The other person is like, I actually think I don't know it at all.
Right.
But I want to support you. I'm going to sing something else over your chorus.
Right.
Totally fair. Thank you for your question.
Great answer. Ash asks, should you know the end of the sentence rhyme as you're singing, or is it okay if it's at the very last second?
Oh my gosh, of course it's okay. More than okay.
They're both going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes you'll know, sometimes you won't. I don't know if you're, our friend Ross Bryant is an incredible rapper, but it's something that Jessica and I also do a lot. It's like, it is great to have a setup where you know, like, this is a Panera-Shara thing. Like, if I wanted to make a joke about Panera, I would probably say Shara first.
Right.
And so then we would know we were going to land Panera, it's going to get a big laugh, and that's going to be a big joke.
Yeah. I want a bread bowl even though they're hard to share up, but me and my boy gonna get it at
Panera!
Yeah, yeah, it's the more like specific part of that sentence.
But yes, sometimes you won't know it in advance, and it's your turn to sing, and you just have to jump into the pool. That's why we do that fast singing exercise. Because when that actually happens to you, you don't have to sing that fast. It will never be that much. You can go slower, you can find it as it comes.
You also don't have to rhyme.
You also don't have to rhyme.
You also can say the same word over and over again.
That's
you also
right.
can say, ooh.
You also can just say something funny that is the thought that you're trying to have, and actually if you have that, but not a rhyme, that's why we put the comedy comes up here. Rhymes are lower.
Yep.
We have another rhyming question from Isaac. My question is, are there any other rhyming exercise specifically that help you be able to actually rhyme during songs, or is it just continuing to do the rhyming exercise and waiting for it to come naturally?
I mean, there are tons of little like rap games and rap warm-ups. When we were first starting, we would sometimes like play instrumental loops in our car and rap and try to rap over them.
There are multiple Run the Jewels albums on all streaming services that have no words on them.
And I would say, just like for me, the thing that I always think about is big open vowel sounds are the easiest for you to most likely be able to rhyme with. Also, like single syllabic words. So as you're trying to work on getting ready to rhyme, give yourselves the easiest rhymable words first, and you're going to end up using them more often than not. So I'm going to rhyme with me. I'm going to rhyme with I like oh.
Sky, high, fly, like, by, my,
yes.
try. Like if the other thing to remember here is like the speed of recall is truly a muscle memory thing. Because if you are fluent in English, and I'd set you down with like a pad and pencil and was like, write me 10 words that rhyme with tree. You could do it. Tree, be, me, the. The reason that rhyming in improv is hard is because you're up in front of an audience and you like, oh, I have to do it now?
Yeah.
What is it? So it's truly like, it's an hours on stage, recall, relaxation type thing, but it is one of those like, the more you practice it, the faster that recall will get. But yeah, starting with like
smaller vowel ending words. And also like, I would not be afraid to like go through the alphabet. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rhyme with ite, and I'm gonna go through the alphabet. It's a beautiful day and I'm feeling I want some breakfast, let me get a bite. I have to have my sources, I hope I can cite. Oh, and dite's not a word. Ite's not a word. Oh, I'm mad, don't get in a fight. Like, I would just go through the alphabet to get better and better at like knowing the words that sub in front of it.
When you're practicing,
When you're practicing, yeah. But it is just a muscle, unfortunately, which is why we say like try to build all the other skills first, because you'll still be entertaining and a great improviser, and then the rhymes will start to come.
The rhymes will come.
Yeah.
If you practice, rhymes will come.
What do you do if a song has gotten away from you? Like, it's not rhyming, there's no story. Essentially what happens whenever I try to do improv.
Oh.
No, don't talk about my friend that way.
I will switch us into a scene.
Yeah, stop.
Because I'll like, and even if the pianist is still playing, because they're like, I started a song, which means I'm playing. First of all, this literally happens in musicals all the time. So if I feel like Zach and I are kind of in the weeds, and I'm not exactly sure what this song is supposed to do, I'll straight up do this all the time. I'll be like, but listen, Father, I still don't understand what the whole point of this drawbridge is. You know, and we might even make the pianist stop. Or now we have a second where we're not worried about melody, we're not worried about rhyme, and we can communicate faster and more efficiently, because maybe Zach is like, actually, the drawbridge thing is that your mother wanted it before she died. Oh, and I might either jump back into the song now that I was able to like panic, get some reset information, because what I hate doing is try to find it in song. I really hate that feeling of like, suddenly I have to solve this plot puzzle, and it's not interesting. Yeah. So it's way more helpful. Like, I'll just stop and turn a scene. I'll literally either turn the band off, or I'll talk over their underscore, and eventually they'll get it. They'll get that they need to drop back, and when I feel like, oh, we found it again, I'll start singing, or we'll move on. Which
I think is the first move. It's just like, hold on, like, don't even worry about the band. Let the band do the band's thing.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on, I need you to explain to me what's going on.
Yes.
Because if you, the performer, is confused, someone out there is confused too.
Also, literally, this happens to us sometimes just from like sound clarity. Like maybe our monitors aren't like, and Zach has been performing like super downstage, and I might be like, hang on, will you say all of that back to me really quick?
No problem. So I'm a duck, but I'm afraid to float.
Amazing. In the water he will die. You know, like, we'll do that all the time. And I don't have to sing that. I don't have to be like, hang on, whatever you are, I missed half of what you said. I could, but that's like maybe hard, and I might just need to like rip the Band-Aid off, return to scene work for a second, and then continue the song.
The general note here is that like, if you are stuck in a situation where you're like, I don't know what to do, slow down. Get the pieces of information that you need, and then build back.
Yeah, totally.
You don't have to like keep going on the roller coaster if you don't like the ride.
For sure.
Just get off.
Right in the middle of the road.
We're gonna do more questions later, so keep
Yeah.
them coming, but thank you
Yeah,
so
great
much.
question. Just so y'all know, we have people here who have done several musical improv workshops.
Wow.
Some people who started after listening to Off Book.
Thank
And
you.
some folks, somebody's just an improv fan and is fascinated by all of it. So we've
Love
got
it.
all
That's
levels.
awesome. Thank
and they're
you.
having a great time and they love the animal songs. Goodbye.
Okay, incredible.
Thank you, Laser.
All right.
Let's welcome back All Show Novo. Thank you all so much.
Laser, where are we at time-wise?
It is currently 6:38.
6:38.
Yeah.
And you want 30 minutes before a 45-minute Q&A or 45 minutes before a 30-minute Q&A from now?
Okay, so I think we would want to like soft stop at 7:15, hard stop at 7:30 for Q&A.
Great.
So, right?
Yeah, so we might be going into a longer set now, yeah?
Yeah, let's do one of that other one and
Great.
then we'll do a longer piece.
Okay, awesome.
So we're gonna have you as a team give us like a 15-minute set first, and then we're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna do a longer set. But we want to, for this first one, we want to maybe it'll be 10. I don't know. We're gonna do a short mini one, but we want to put on top of this a very specific genre. So let's get it from the chat. Give us a genre of a story. It doesn't have to be a type of play or musical. It could also be like a book or a movie.
Genre in media.
Yeah.
Because then we are going to, you want to do scene and then brainstorm and then scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we are going to, this song is called like Idea Cauldron, where we just sort of throw in like things that typically happen in this genre,
Okay.
right? You got one?
I got the noir, true crime superhero.
Noir happened twice in a row.
Noir's great. Noir's like super common. Okay, so what are the things that we think about with noir?
You come up with this 'cause you're off
Murder.
camera.
Femme fatale.
A femme fatale.
Murder.
Monologues to the audience.
Monologues to the
A
audience.
detective with a cigarette.
Great, amazing.
What are the types of stories that noir tend to be about?
Missing woman.
Yep.
Mafia.
Yeah.
Government bad.
Government bad, yes.
Yeah. Like who are the heroes? Who are the villains in a noir?
Heroes are like the private eyes. The villains are usually like government officials or police chiefs.
Or
Right.
a good beat reporter.
Yes. And now like just what's a line of dialogue you might hear in a noir?
She had legs that went all the way down to the floor.
I didn't ask for a perfect one. Yeah, that's right. There's like a lot of like metaphors and similes, right, that get used in especially like those monologues. Yeah. Anything else?
It's Chinatown, Jake.
Yeah.
His glass of bourbon's still warm, like his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you, like really quick, you had to generate like the names of people in a noir. What are the kind of names?
Like character name.
Walter.
Detective Johnny Kirkpatrick.
Yeah.
Dagwood.
Dagwood.
Daphne Delafina.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, amazing. So,
So this is like the box, right? It's easier like in a scene to be like, okay, I have to have a name. Sharon. It's like, no, don't do Sharon. No offense to Sharon's out there. But like, pick the most film noir name that you can have. And then, when you want to break it, then you bring out Sharon.
be purposeful with your share.
Purposeful with your Sharon.
This exercise is called purposeful sharing.
Purposeful Sharon.
Yeah, okay, so let's have you, as if this was actually your suggestion, can form a backline as a team. And we might like side coach through this, or we might like call your songs a little like, they might be more like verse, chorus, and we're like, give us an edit, let's see another one. This is just to like practice the muscle of pulling from a more specific box.
So just for those of you who are like new to musical improv, oftentimes the first thing that happens is a group number. Its purpose is to establish like the specificity of the world. We've given them that already. It's a film noir, but like we don't know the specificity of the case of the detective. Maybe it isn't a classic film noir.
Sure.
Maybe it's something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like they'll use I'd say a shorter than normal group scene to start that off, and then maybe we'll just call it.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yes, sorry, say one more time what we're actually...
You're gonna start like you were actually doing your show. Like if you as show notebook got the suggestion a noir and attack it exactly as you as a team.
I don't know that you start with a group number. Maybe you don't.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll side coach a little bit just to move this one along, but we wanted to exemplify how like generating. You're all doing that internally anyway, so we're just taking the time to show
They all did that. If they were doing a show and an audience member was like, noir, their brains are all doing that internally, and you can see how much alignment we already had. We all already agreed on the like tropes. So for the exercise, we were just like brainstorming at top.
Yeah.
But now this will be like a mini set, basically.
Yes, that's right. Now, usually you won't actually get a genre as a suggestion. So what would happen is, and we've sort of like jumped a step ahead, is like someone would say banana, and this would become someone in the opening scene, whether by a musical choice or just an idea they have, would do like, this is a noir case about someone slipped on a banana and died, right? So we've given them that. End of sentence.
Although you could ask for a genre, you know?
You could ask for a genre. Do we want to give them a suggestion, or are they just going to go on noir?
We'll give you an additional suggestion, which is newspaper.
Egads! Another printing press closed down!
That's the 5th one this month, Roger.
How else are we gonna get the news out if all the printing press is closed down?
Yeah, as newsies out here, it's the heart in them streets. We don't need newspapers closing down on top of that.
I heard over on 5th Street, their printing press went down too. Might be an inside job.
Inside job, you say?
Leave it to adult newsies to fix it.
Yeah, it's almost like we need some inside solutions. Who can better solve a crime than a newsie himself? Am I right, boys?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's right.
And we don't need just a little bit. We need more. We need extra. We need extra. Extra news. Extra. We need extra news.
You say we need extra.
We need extra news. We need extra. What you're saying, we need extra.
You're saying it's true. Extra news.
The only way to make money in this town is by selling papers. But we can't sell the paper if it ain't got words on the page.
Ooh, like the ghost in a shopping mall. A newspaper ain't worth it at all. When it ain't got headlines plastered on the front.
On the front.
So what you're saying, we need extra.
Right.
Extra news. We need extra. One more time, extra news.
We could push out our very own paper right there in the back. We could start filling out in memoriams, and then what we say becomes fact.
All the things you're preparing us for is exactly what we need. But I have to tell you out loud that we're not burying the lead.
No,
we
need extra.
Extra news. We need extra. I know it. Extra news. But we need to know who broke our printing press today. We need to find them and string them up and make them talk all day.
But, Charles, we only have this one little clue.
Oh, what?
I think we might need a couple more.
We need extra. More than extra clues. We need extra. We're all on the case.
Okay, pause. Really good. So we're in a noir. We've done our opening number. I know what I think the first scene of this probably is, but I don't want to put my hand on the scale. But what I do want is for whatever the choice that happens next, the first thing that we see in this, don't work too hard. Let the genre of noir help you find what this first scene is.
We see lights up on a dusty apartment. A man is laying there. He's so sad. Let's take a look.
I'm so sad. Because I haven't had a case in so long.
Chuck, get out of bed.
Maria, I'm sad. I have to be in bed.
Chuck, you gotta support our family.
Oh, why?
Well, I can't work. I'm a woman. And it costs money to live in these old streets. This Big Apple ain't cheap.
Look, I know that. But I don't got my juice. And when I don't get my juice, I get depressed.
Fine.
And when I'm depressed, I know
Here's your juice.
No, I don't mean literal juice. But I will take it. I mean the juice inside.
I see your juice. There ain't nothing wrong. Charles, baby, I see your juice. I see it all day long.
I wish you could see my juice. I wish you could.
Well, Charles, if it's not here, then where did it go? You gotta get it back. Our rent, our landlord, it's depending on it.
Knock, knock, knock.
Well, shit.
A letter slips under the door.
Who's it from?
Yeah, the landlord. It's like he's got ears in the back of it. Wait a second.
You see a picture of a dead newsie.
Fuck! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh no!
Please help my brother. Please help me find his killer.
Oh my God!
Meet me under the bridge at midnight.
At midnight? Okay.
You got a job just like that?
Maybe someone out there's listening after all.
Tell me, real quick. Is this enough to get your juice back?
Maybe. Maybe it's enough. I gotta find out what's under that bridge. Is it the right juice? The right kind of pulp? Got the right thickness? Goes down in 2 gulps? Is it the right juice? The right flavor and fruit? Maybe I found it if I just follow the trail of this dead newt. Cause it's the juice inside. It's the juice inside.
It's not the dog in the juice, it's the...
No, it's not that.
Not the dog in the juice.
Cause it's the juice inside. Our kids weren't the right juice.
What the? How do we tell them?
We tell them right now, you didn't do it for me. I don't want to save anyone because of you. I don't know how. You're not the right juice.
Okay.
But I love you still.
That's right.
But you're just never, ever, 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 ever gonna be giving me the right feel. Cause it's the juice inside. It's the juice inside.
The front door was there.
The juice inside. For it, I'd throw away everything. My esteem and my pride. This is the tunnel, I think.
Exterior. We see a tunnel. It's so dusty.
Hey!
Yep. Oh, shit.
Hey,
Yeah?
are you the brother?
No, I'm doing a little monologue.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I could be the brother.
You're doing a monologue. You're talking to nobody or talking to somebody?
All at the same time.
You see two people in a dusty tunnel. Who are they to each other? Who are we to each other? Let's find out.
Okay, you caught me. I went the other side of the tunnel. I came out, but I can't go back there. I can't. Don't go in the tunnel.
What? I can't go in the tunnel because it's dangerous.
Yeah, there's lots of danger in the tunnel. We see that she walks a little closer to him, a little bit. I'm so sorry. It's you and me, right? We're the ones in control here.
That's right, the authors of this story.
Yeah, so I wonder if we can get them to do whatever we want. The narrators.
Why are our heads doing this?
I don't know. I don't have controls no more.
I love this part about the heads thing you put. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
This is the kind of danger I was talking about in the tunnel.
Yeah. Ever since they've become aware of us, it seems as though our control has been slipping, but I'm gonna make them do the nastiest stuff.
Oh no! She's having me take off my shoes! Oh no!
Beth, you're getting the gams out?
Yeah, it's time for Tootsie.
Oh no! It's time for Tootsie!
What does that mean?
Tootsie's in the tunnel. You're doing Tootsies in the tunnel. Beth, that's a little weird, I gotta say. Doing Tootsies in the tunnel.
I don't like this.
Doing Tootsies in the tunnel. Doing Tootsies in the tunnel. It's exactly what they wanna. Doing Tootsies in the tunnel.
That's right. The tunnel makes people do weird things.
No, we make people do weird things.
And because we're the authors of the tunnel, we're doing those weird things to
We're
them
doing
by
those
proxy.
weird things.
I just put on a leash. Why did I just put on a leash? But woof, woof, I'm a dog now. Help me.
We're making them do doggy in the tunnel.
Doggy in the tunnel.
Doing doggy in the tunnel.
Doggy in the tunnel. Give them what they want. It's doggy in the tunnel.
Beth, this is a weird story, but I think we're getting somewhere. We need to know if he's gonna capture the murderer in there.
Oh, I know you want to solve the crime, but that'll come much later. For now, I'm gonna enjoy being the narrator. Tootsie's in the tunnel.
Now he's got a gun.
Tootsie's in the tunnel.
Who's he gonna shoot?
Oh my God, a gunno! It's guns in the tunnel.
I don't like this. It's gonna end super gory. But I told you, this is what happens when you try to become the narrator of your own story.
I'm not really sure about what I'm writing. I don't know if maybe I'm done. Maybe I shouldn't have had them take their shoes off. I'm not gonna have them fire a gun. But what's even better than all this character and narrator friction? I don't know, maybe I should write a story that's better or stranger than fiction.
No, Tootsie's in the tunnel.
Okay, Tootsie's in the tunnel. Tootsie's in the tunnel. My soul says Tootsie's in the tunnel.
People what they wanna.
Tootsie's in the tunnel.
Tunnel. Great.
Let's do an
Okay, awesome. Well, we made it a little bit hard for ourselves, but it absolutely happens. But I think there was just a little, like, we moved past like the easier path, and then they did a great job as a team, like supporting that this is the path that they are now on. But we get you, as is like customary with an opening number, you don't have to lay out the whole plot. But you did give us a lot in the opening, and I think like we can make our lives like easier and stick in the story that we're making. I think like I think a easier choice is to just like what I really liked is that we didn't just, when the paper came in through the door and we heard, it was a great move to attach it back to the opening. Hey, there's a dead newsie. We want to go see a private eye, and we want to use that private eye to solve the mystery of the printing press or the newsies. It was great that didn't become just a because you have a wife in the scene with you. So there's a first trap of making that song just I wonder what this newsie's gonna say to me, which I was really happy you didn't make that your song. The song was about I have lost my desire to, I've lost the juice. You're keeping it set in the scene, which is great. Then we got just a little too lost in the weeds, I think, of just we've layered a couple too many things on what we're doing, and it's making it a little hard for us to communicate.
So do you remember from your opening, what was the crime that you had set up?
People were killing printing presses.
Printing presses all over the town were going down.
Yeah.
I think work smarter, not harder. If we're gonna do that in the opening, that's the crime. We're done. So when we meet the detective, I love the letter, but if we're gonna give the letter, they have no idea what this is, so I think immediately you can be extra breaking news. Newsy died under bridge. Here's the move that I'm trying to give you. I think right away, don't.
Okay.
Otherwise, you run the risk of if I'm on stage and you give me a letter and you don't immediately tell me what's in it, I'm deciding what's in it. And you're trying to give them a gift, so make sure that gift is received.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not what we're doing. We're okay, a newsie has been murdered. Like Jess said, we zoomed in on what we thought was fun about that scene, which was talking about the juice. Now, I think that the reason that this got a little bit tricky was I don't know that we said out loud the thing that we were all kind of thinking in our head that Jess just sort of elaborated on just now, which is what does that mean? When we say he's missing the juice, just in common parlance, what does that mean?
It's got the yips, no motivation.
Purpose.
Yeah, purpose, yeah. I thought it was great. You were you can't give it to me and neither can our kids. I think just a little bit more, it was sweet to watch you react in real time to Amy being wait, what do you mean? You're but I still love you. I think using that stuff that's occurring to you naturally, it's just but it has to come from me. And you have a beautiful voice. You're making great melodic choices to show us this guy is struggling. I think show us a little bit more, make sure that you're connecting downstage. And then I think, do not feel you need to move us ahead that fast. I think you leaving during the middle of that song, now we're in a travel sequence, which I think is making it harder than it needs to be. It's just great, we met our guy, he's gonna solve, let's take one brick at a time. Brick one, a crime involving newsies. I'm okay that it gets a little more specific than just printing press, but it's a crime involving newsies. You're the private eye. Wait for the next scene. You don't have to go immediately to meet that newsie. Yeah. We don't even have to meet that newsie next. We can meet William Randolph Hearst, who's not only am I killing the news, I'm killing newsies. We can pause and we can go other places, we can zoom around. It's not on your responsibility to immediately physically connect those dots for us.
Because you already you told us, the audience, and I think what you, the performers, liked doing in that scene was this conversation about the juice. So I think dig in, label it with what specifically it is, because once you do that, then it will be easier to continue that song about the juice. We'll be well, my kids aren't giving it to me. Well, what is it that you need? I mean, if the joke is that it's ineffable and hard to nail down, then your kids and your wife can give you things does this solve the juice? No, only a case solves the juice, or whatever. But yes, I think you felt that instinct to leave because you didn't know how to sustain the thing about you needed to move on to the next thing. And the reason that happened wasn't clear. Now,
But just to say, you don't owe us don't solve the plot issue first. Dig in on the emotional thing more, which is where you already were playing, so just keep following that instinct, which is it's much more fun for me to look at my kids and be I might love you, but you don't give me the juice, than feel oh, I better move the story forward, right? Stay in the emotional choice you've made and just deepen and heighten that, and then we'll solve the next beat scenically and we'll get there.
Which was your instinct, because you got the letter and then didn't start a song about the case, which I was yes, that's correct.
Then I think we just had we had great support of supporting a call out of Shelby making a stylistic choice and being is this really a person here or is it not? And it's a totally all things are equal and fair play to be let's zoom out and now be narrators because now this is what's happening. But now I just think we got a little stuck in this is over invention wheel spinning territory of as a team now we're okay, it's gonna be hard to invest in narrator characters if we already have we already have a mystery. We already have all this stuff. So yeah, work smarter, not harder. Like, I think it was a noble choice of trying to yes and, like, no, it's common to have a monologue. Let me, if there's more of us and I label us as narrators, maybe that'll be helpful. But in a show, if this happened now, I'm like, do I now have to solve a crime where someone kills the narrator? Like, it's a little bit of an over-invention salad of, like, too much got put out there versus things getting deeper.
So, in terms of, like, what do you do when that happens?
Yeah.
Because that does happen.
Yeah.
This is not the fix, but sometimes, like, when you have an improv coach, it's like, I'm going to tell you my method for this. So the first thing that stuck out to me was like, okay, we now have multiple people who say they are the narrators. And to me, the thing that's confusing me as the audience member of that scene is like, this is a logical inconsistency. I no longer understand the rules of what this is. So someone just needs to be like, hey, who is writing this? Is it all of us? If so, does this come from a book club? If so, is this a thing we're group writing? Because that really informs what happens next. So it's just like when you get into a moment of like creation salad, you can either ignore it and move back, or if you really want to like sit into it and figure it out, you can do that as well. Do you normally scene paint in your form, Shelby, or is this a thing that was sort of like an invention of like the noir of it all?
I did it more for the noir of it all, but sometimes we do if it's like genre.
Okay,
Yeah.
oh, great. I love that. So
Yeah.
scene painting, for those of you, is like when someone comes in, it's like anytime someone starts with like we see and then starts to like describe the space around them, that's scene painting. But noir also has this idea of like, it was a dark and stormy night and I walked in before I walked out and I'll never walk out that door again.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I think make it one thing or the other for clarity. Or even if it is scene painting, I think just like spend more time doing your thing. And when you get called on, it was like, are you the brother? Well, I was trying to be a narrator. I think stick to your guns. Be like, I'm doing the narrator. See, because in this world, people say their thoughts to the whatever. And just like slow down in that moment. Because if we figure this out, then we won't need the other narrators to come in and like figure out what that is. Now, that said, once we get to the song, and I think we are correctly highlighting what we like about the game of this, which is, we have a narrator that can tell the people in the scene what to do, and what the narrator wants to see is
Tootsie time.
Is Tootsie. Tootsie's in the tunnel. Now, this is I think a useful sentence for me when thinking about game is, if this is true, what else is true? That's a UCB thing. If this narrator likes Tootsie's in the tunnel, talk to me about that. What's going on here? What's this person writing?
Smut.
This person's writing smut, right? So like,
No kink shame, not typical smut.
not typical smut.
Like Tootsie's in
I
the
want
tunnel.
people in the tunnel putting their feet together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's have their thumbs touch. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because Tootsie's, obviously people like feet, but like Tootsie's in
Tootsie's
the
is-
tunnel.
Tootsie's is specific.
That is not standard smut. That is not like bodice ripping.
So like, I think like I've got a leash on now is very much in the box of smut. But like, what does he want to do with this dog? Touch the dog's feet in the yes, 100%, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, and if we've brought a gun out, what do we want to do with the gun?
Put your toes on it.
Yes, like all of these moves work through this filter, but like I don't want us to lose the filter of what this song is about.
Yes.
This song is not about it is about narrators like saying you can do whatever you want, but you've created so much of a more specific lens than that of what this person wants to do is the very specific smut of Tootsie's in the tunnel stuff.
Always defer to the most specific choice you made versus like throwing out like, yeah, now you're gonna do doggy style. That was like a yes and of her leash move, but I think it's like still return to the more specific thing you said, which is Tootsie's in the tunnel.
So if that's the move, we're doing Tootsie's in the tunnel. What's the next thing that these narrators are going to paint on? No wrong answers here. Just like if that's the game we've landed in, very specific Tootsie's in the tunnel smut. We've done a couple foot beats. What else is this person into?
I was gonna say like I was thinking of like marathon runners. I don't know. I'm thinking of other feet things.
Yeah, but it also could go other body, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I immediately hear Tootsie's and tunnel, and I'm like Rolodexing both those things. You know what that means when I say Rolodexing? I'm switching out Tootsie's for another funny name for a body part. What do we got?
Fingies.
Fingies, where?
Fingies on the fairway.
Fingies on the fairway. They went. So now, if it's me, I'm gonna do an elaborate walk on that's like, and they left the tunnel and they went and found a golf course and went out and took off both of their gloves and now it's Fingies on the fairway. Like, and that's the part where rhymes will get in your way, right? It's hard to make that journey with rhymes, but that's the game move. So like, what I want is someone to like get us on the fairway, get out Fingies. After we do Fingies in the fairway, what's next?
Handsies on the highway.
We're doing Handsies on the highway. And if we go Tootsies in the tunnel, Fingies in the fairway, Handsies on the highway, that's like, this is a true work smarter, not harder. Like, you got it. You don't need to invent a new fun thing for the song to do every second. You do need to, as a group, be like, I think it's this. Let me put a flag in that, which you would do with the chorus. So what happens after that should be an extension of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But funny, great job.
Yeah,
Super
totally.
fun.
Totally. And we're like, this is a teaching moment. So we're obviously you would have made choices, and when you would have like got out of there, you would have figured out. And the new thing is the new thing is the truth. The most recent thing is true now. It's just we all know that feeling where we're like, okay, so now we're dealing with 14 potential crimes versus just like attacking the first one that we have. And again, like just like Zach said, like, okay, if I just, because it's a form of coaching to be like, okay, if I had the move, if I were the lead and I was like, oh, I think my team is like kind of, we've given ourselves like too many plates to spin. I might have, like, at the end of that song is the train's moving, that song is happening. At the end of that song, I might have been like, God, I know I don't have the juice when I'm hearing multiple narrators in my head. Where's my narration? I used to step down stage and make my own monologues. Now there's 15 narrators in my head. Like, I might just, like, yes, and that it happened, but give it a reason attached to you, the main character whose want we are most likely to follow. All right, where's that frickin' newsie? And then the team knows if he has a crisis later, we can backline narrator again. But you didn't solve it. Yeah, you didn't solve it. You didn't, like, I can also label something that has happened so that we all go, got it. And just like sometimes a chorus captain, sometimes a lead in a bigger team, that might fall to you to be like, you're gonna have to follow me. So how are these both true? And like narrators, and that might have been my move, as I would have like finished the Tootsie song, and then I would have been like, I know I'm out of juice when there's 16 narrators in my head. Oh, let me see, do I have a monologue? No, I'm standing downstage, it's raining, I have a cigarette, my collar's up, and yet nothing's coming to me. Wait, does this count as a monologue? We'll figure it out later. You know, like, I would kind of try to like put myself back in the world, but that's also because I'm greedy for stage time.
But it's truly a thing of like, the easiest way, we talk a lot about group mind in improv, but what we don't want to do is to have 9 people on stage will be like, well, what if it's a little bit this, what if it's a little bit this? Like, no, someone has to choose what it is and say it out loud.
And that's also why we wanted to put a genre, and that's why Zach stopped after the opening. He's like, what's the most obvious choice? You're already improvising a musical. You don't have to get like meta creative. Like, what is the most obvious
And
choice?
I would say, I'd say that this was a pretty good, like, we see the guy drunk in his house.
Yeah.
But what's the, like, easiest, most titular first scene of every noir thing you've ever seen?
Femme fatale comes.
Femme fatale walks into a private eye's office, right? Like, that's, again, not wrong, just like an option to you. You don't have to always put your own spin on it, because you're gonna still do juice in that scene. But you don't have to do like the
You're
extra
gonna
work
naturally,
that
because of your brain, find all of the ways of making it not just like, oh, I don't want it to just be like every other noir story. It's not. You're a musical improv team. So like, it's okay to make the choice that's like the most logical.
Jessica and I, as the two of us, have done probably 30 high school coming of age musicals.
Yeah. And they all have like...
They're all wildly different.
But they also have probably really similar plots. But it doesn't matter, because on that day or whatever song occurred to us that in that moment, they're still gonna feel unique. But yeah, we've done like 50 like, I'm a knight on a quest, and they're gonna follow quest beats.
We released one today, and it's widely different than all the other like night ones we've done.
You are already different enough, so don't get too stuck in trying to like out clever yourselves.
Ladies and my friend, where are we at for time?
7:12.
Okay, great.
So let's do that. We'll do that again.
Do
an opening into like a scene into song, and maybe a scene into song, and let's do another not noir. I mean, it is one of my favorites. I do sort of like a coming of age. I do feel like, can we do sort of like either it's the night of high school. Let's do that. Yeah. It's the night of high school graduation, and you're all going to be at a party. I'm going to give you more because we're also short on time, so you don't have to generate this all in a scene. It's like a can't hardly wait. And think of Let's Still Cauldron. What are the archetypes of people in a high school movie?
Someone's leaving.
Someone's, going to leave town, yeah.
Stoner staying home.
Stoner, right. Yeah, who's going to be a townie.
Jock who peaked.
Yeah, Jock who peaked early.
Yep. Popular girls.
Popular girls. What else?
The will they, won't they?
Oh, will they, won't they? Right.
Someone's pregnant.
Great. Yeah. And what else? What else are like party tropes? Like a high school party. Keg. Yeah.
Too many people in the house.
Too many people in the house. Yeah. Maybe it's like the parents are out of town. The house is really fancy. Yeah.
Don't break my parents.
Don't break my parents' things. Exactly.
7 minutes in heaven.
Exactly. Great.
Yeah.
Now, for the opening number, I don't want you to worry about laying out a ton of plot.
Yes.
We want you to establish as like the world, not even the specific characters, because we may not see these people ever again.
Right.
But like stuff like the reason for the party, the type of party, what specific high school world are we living in? What's going on in the world of these people? Don't worry about plot. It's about vibes.
Yeah. Give us an opening that's just vibey, and we'll see what Sam plays. Of course. We'll see what Sam plays.
If he does, if he even can.
But you can also try to think of start to also layer on, there might be like musical choices that makes you think of as well. That's always helpful for me too. It's like, sometimes it'll be literally like, does this song want to sound very Dear Evan Hansen? Or do I want to go to like, what was I listening to in high school? And that's going to inform like the type of music I sing. I'll put that on top of something a pianist plays, even if it doesn't make sense, So use all that and try to keep the plot super, super simple. And yeah, amazing job. And I'm just gonna give you a random word if you can use or not. Your word is off ramp. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, you guys, we won the race against Vista High. Let's celebrate.
I got their mascot's head. I'm gonna throw up in it.
Throw up.
Who's kissing?
Oh no!
I'll kiss the mascot's head.
What is the mascot? I can't picture.
Fox.
Okay, yeah, great.
Hey, Friedman Foxes! I've had the best time at this school, and I'm gonna miss you guys at college.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
Pour one in the fox.
Okay, I've never poured a drink before.
But hey, at least we can say we really had the best graduation night ever, huh? Stealing a mascot's head? What could be better?
Yeah.
Pour it in the fox.
None of that in college. No crime. Straight laced.
You already have enough. Don't keep adding.
We're ahead of the times. We're ahead of the times. Who cares what happens in college? 'Cause
I feel so loved. Finally feel that heavenly hand from way up above. We're ahead of the times. We're ahead of the times.
We're just like this box. They have 9 lives.
We're ahead of the times. Let's all drink at the same time.
King Cup! King Cup!
And drink from this font.
Remember she vomited.
Everybody get their lips ready, and everybody grab your straws.
Yeah!
We're ahead of the times. We're ahead of the times.
I remember this day for the rest of my life.
My dad doesn't love me.
We're It looks good. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Everything that I've ever learned, I learned from you. If it looks good, it's actually your fault.
If it looks good, it's my fault.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be a, real deadbeat after high school, but thankfully you took me in.
Okay, hang on, hold for a second. What's your thought here? What did you come to do?
Support.
Physical.
I'm chopping and preparing a meal.
Okay, and who are you? Who do you think you are?
Like a student.
Okay, great. Why not just go immediately to the party?
To the party.
Yeah.
I thought that was the party. Was
Okay.
basically what I was thinking.
Okay, so now we're into what everyone ended up doing after?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, great.
Like
I
the
think
past.
for our purposes, this is going to be like a mono scene, because that kind of then makes that feel like we didn't just do that, you know what I mean? And now we have to learn a whole new set of things about you. And if we're making that move, I think you need to make that a lot. And for my mind, I'm like, are you chopping limes for the party? Like, I'm okay if now we can actually go back a little bit, but James had this thing like we won the race. I totally buy that graduation was at 10 a.m. They raced their rival school, and now this is the house party. Like, keep it in a more contained timeline versus big.
Gotcha.
So I would say, if you want to cut food and prepare food, do it. Do it in the kitchen of the party right now. That's just happened.
Yes.
This is a kid, and you, when you say learned everything, what might this person's future path be?
Michelin star chef.
Yeah. So this is a high school student who's in the kitchen and wants to be, and is the plan post high school is to be a Michelin star chef. Let's start there.
Okay.
And Whitney, you can enter as someone else, I think, not an adult, because this is a kid. This is a kid's only party.
Kids only.
Party! Hey, why are you in the kitchen, bro? Why are you in the kitchen?
There's work to be done. Who's gonna do the work? Everybody can't party. Somebody's got to make the guacamole.
We already did all the work.
Well, obviously not enough because whoever made the guacamole before didn't do a great job.
You haven't even thrown up and drank your own throw up out of the box.
I think I'm okay if I don't do that tradition. I'm going on a different path than you guys, obviously. Everyone's out there partying. I'm still hard at work. They don't teach you what you need to learn about chefing at high school. You have to learn it on your own time.
I don't know. Miss Miller taught me how to make eggs in home ec.
What?
Miss Miller, I took home ec class this last year.
Home ec?
Yeah, home economics. You learn to cook.
Great. Richie, what's the most emotional reaction you can have to that information?
Fuck! Really? I would come home from school and I would spend 5 hours cooking. I could have done that at school.
Yeah, I did it at second period. It was awesome. You would make food and you get to eat it.
Shit!
I was always hungry after band practice. It was awesome.
Wait, that's so much potential time. I mean, I'm 18 years old. That's most of my life that I've missed. The last 4 years could have been so much more productive than I made them.
Great, pause. We've got the game. The game is make Richie mad with stuff that you learned at school that he would have wanted to learn at school.
Yeah, I mean, like, I learned how to cook eggs. We did a yeast lab, and I made pepperoni rolls.
What the fuck? I wish I could make pepperoni rolls. You made your own.
Yeah, we learned how to like bloom yeast and then knead dough, and then you have to wait for it.
Oh my god, I can't make out in the kitchen. Hi, what are you doing here?
Hi, we're cooking, so a sterile area if you.
You know, I did a class where I learned how to flambe.
What?
Yeah.
Who taught you how to flambe?
A 7th period elective, and I kind of am good at it. Brittany! Brittany!
Okay, let's get a verse from Richie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I need to react to you.
When I come home, I'd be so particular, I'd be so selective. Now I'm learning all the things I learned to do on my own were high school electives. Oh God, I've come so far, but I've actually not come far. Because I spent all my time cooking in my kitchen extracurricular.
You could have learned it in school. You could have learned it in school. You must feel like a real fool. You could have learned it in school.
I could have learned it in school. I could have learned it in school. I feel like such a tool. I could have learned it in school.
Hey, I gave you a ride to this party, and you wanna know how I did?
Yeah?
I took driver's ed at third period.
What?
You could have learned how to drive. You could have learned how to cook.
But I spent all my time studying what was in my math and literature books.
You could have learned different skills.
I could have learned different skills. I could have learned to sous vide. I could have learned it at school. At school.
Great. Now, since we get a bridge about what you keep going, saying it. A bridge about what we think this means about you as a person. Less literal examples. An emotional take on what does this say about me?
I bet if you cut these lines, they'd be better. Look at me, they're all squashed up. I'm 18 now, I wasted 4 years. I'm washed up. What's the point of all the skill and all of the knowledge? Hey, wait, maybe I can do a cooking study in college.
To learn it at school.
I can learn it at school. I can learn it at school.
Forget reading and math. You could learn something different.
Yeah, I can learn it at school. I can learn it at school. I'll have to go again to school. Maybe high school one more time. I'll learn it at school. High school one more time.
Brittany, I have guac.
Oh my god, bitch!
Awesome. Just for time, we're gonna call it there. But great job. Sorry to just like keep side pushing it through, but I think like Yeah, like same sort of instinct of like make the slightly more obvious choice. I think especially at tops of shows, like we're so anxious about like understanding the world that we're in, making sure that our team knows that we are. It was such a great build up. And like Zach said, it's very common in openings that we don't meet characters that we might follow. But in this one, does anybody like have specific things that maybe you would have followed from the opening?
I'm just gonna stay as Throw Up Girl the entire show.
Right.
Like I'm never changing.
Exactly. Like you actually did start to fall into archetypes. I'm Throw Up Girl. What else?
Dad boy.
Yeah. Like totally. Like we have this move from Adam of like. My dad doesn't love me, my friends love me. That's totally, like, if this is Can't Hardly Wait, that is very, like, Ethan and, like, I want to follow that type of character. And it doesn't even have to be played by Adam. It's, like, the idea of that character. What else?
I want to know the person that got stolen from.
Yeah, for sure. Like, who is the mascot? D'Angelo also had a pop out of, like, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life. So maybe he's, like, the hyper-nostalgic one who's like, come on, man, let's take another pic. I don't know if we'll ever see. Please sign my yearbook again. Yeah. So you don't have to do that work in the opening, but also don't negate that you already did, right? You already did put some stuff out there. Let's not go back. Let's not act like that didn't happen as just like table setting.
And oftentimes, because we won't return to characters from the opening, sometimes it's useful, while it is fun to have like individual takes on something, it is useful to have a general vibe that we all agree on, and that's sort of what the song is about. One of the things that popped up that threw a flag up for me as unusual. James, do you remember what you said early on? You were like, other high schools are this, but we are this.
Yeah, something like we do crime and other people are.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You said this is the end because we all do crime, but as soon as we get to college, that's the end of it. We're all being straight-laced.
Right.
That to me is like harder to find a clear mission statement of like, okay, well then this is the last hurrah. Right. Then the song is all about like, here's all the crimes we've done. Here's how our lives are going to be different when we do that.
Right. Or
not something you missed, but just something that like I saw that was an opportunity.
Or even if we didn't sing that in the opening, I might remember that for later. That means that the party is going to be extra wild and like crime filled, or we're making like promises to each other like, let's go streak because then that's it. Yeah. You know, like even if it doesn't become the game of the opening, I'm not forgetting that got said.
Now once we get into this scene, and we side coached this a little bit, but I thought that like once we did this shift, this really natural thing of like, I'm making the guacamole. They don't teach you these things at school. Well, they actually do. Home ec. What's that? No, there was a class where I learned to cook. What? And like from that moment on, now I think that like the heightening of like you could have also learned to drive is technically on game, but I think we can get even more specific because what does he want?
He wants to be in the short.
Right. So what I want to hear you for next is like, well, okay, well I didn't learn to make eggs, but what did you learn on your own?
Beef bourguignon.
Okay.
We made that fourth period.
Yeah.
Okay, well then.
I'm sorry, I learned that in French home ec, which I took the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And now we're sort of on to you, so now we can start to get weird with it, right? It's like, well, okay, what's the thing that they definitely, cook thing, you're like, well, okay, that's fucking weird. But I spent so much time learning like what? What's maybe like an ancillary chef skill?
Sushi.
Yeah, sure. Like I did sushi. I did like knife work. I studied. I went to Japan in the hours after school and then came back so I could learn this. It's like okay, that's all gifts to be like. Well, I was taking Japanese and we actually did take an extended stay.
Yeah.
We did a study
sorry, did you not see? I brought my whole knife skills club with me. Hey, sorry, you didn't know about knife skills club.
Yeah.
And I was sort of you did a great job. Richie, you're a great performer, and like all of it was so sold, and which was great. And it goes back to what we said at the very beginning of the workshop, which is like I don't actually need the words to make as much sense as your performance of them, and you were really like in it and performing it for us. I think you can also in character mode. You can always, if this is true, what else is true? So like your when I side coached you to be like have the most emotional reaction. And which was great. Oh fuck! Like I'm like so upset. Did you feel more upset at the world or at you?
Me.
Great. That's what I thought you were doing. I think you could go even further in the bridge. Instead of getting into planning mode, it's like if I'm the character and I'm thinking if this is true, what else is true? It's like what do I miss? My life is before me and I don't pay attention. Yeah. These are two different shoes. What's wrong with me? You know, like I'm gonna. It's always fun to watch in a bridge introspection versus like plan or fix. You were emotionally doing these beats, so this is like really splitting hairs because you were giving us that in performance. But I think something to think about is I felt like you were already doing that, so it's like you can follow that instinct a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's that sit in the problem rather than
solve it. Exactly.
They tried to solve it.
And the other thing, and I only give this note because I think you're like extremely talented, and this is a picky note. The other thing that I saw your brain do was like go into rhyme mode.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm going to do knowledge, and I'm going to do college, and I'm going to do this and this. And I think that's totally fine, as long as it is in service of making sure that you get to say what you want to say during that bridge, and not getting in the way of it because you have to like end up at the word college. And that's something that I notice with most musical improvisers, and it happens to all of us, but free yourself of the rhyming shackles if it ever gets in the way of the thing that you, until you are 100% like in the rip stream of the game, and it's just like carrying you, and you don't have to think about how to play it at all. Like,
Right.
You've got it, it's buoying you.
It's also never too late to switch. So if you set up yourself with knowledge, college, couplet, and then you were like, if that felt like a little lateral, you can still switch. You know, you can still be like, but I didn't apply to college because I wasn't paying attention. The world is just a bunch of sounds that I don't hear. You know, it's like, always want to see someone make like a much more emotional, and you can always get like poetic, like, is that a phone that is ringing? Have I ever heard a phone? like just like
Spiral.
You know, like
what's wrong with you? Spiral.
it's the same thing we do with a game move. Throw gas on the fire. Are you upset? Can you get more upset? What's making you more upset? And it's always more fun to watch you get upset at like yourself, like a greater something that feels too big versus like, okay, high school again. I mean, it was funny. It worked. This is like
working very
dials.
picky.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we think about game, I think that there's a trap to be like, well, I have the thing, I have the game move. How do I pile other game moves on it? And what I would encourage you to sometimes think about it is like, here is the game. How do we get more and more specific about what this thing is? It's just, I want to be a chef. I didn't realize there were opportunities for me to live my dream at school. Examine that. Just that. What does that mean about you? What does that mean about the school? What does that mean about my friends that didn't tell me they were in these classes? Like, there are lots of, there's no right way to do this, but like, we don't have to find like, oh, you also miss this. You also miss this other thing that is disconnected to what is making you emotional. But super funny, y'all. I love the backline support.
Yeah,
That was
beautiful.
very
They're doing
fun.
a lot of stuff that we didn't talk about at all, which is like that like flambe, sous vide. They're adding like those were great game specifics of like very advanced cooking things that he missed out on. They're making eye contact back there to see like we're gonna line up and say sous vide. They're not. That was not too much. We could still hear what the main drive of the song is. All that backline work is really awesome.
We get a fun walk-on of someone else in a different class who has learned another skill that you would have loved to learn. Like, we are all playing the game together. We all have game moves to do together. Wonderful job.
Thank you so much. Please give it up for All Show No Boat.
If you have questions for us, you may absolutely stay and ask. We're also going to answer some questions from the chat from now to the end. And if you have to leave, you may also go. So thank you so much, friends.
Yeah, great job.
Give it up for Sam Janai.
Okay. Yeah, maybe if that's okay. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Laser, do you want to?
We got some cues for you.
Okay. Should we grab chairs? Do you want to just chill? You want to stand?
I'll stand.
I'll stand too then. You're standing.
Be active.
What? Great question. We could put them in these chairs and then no one will see Sam back up his piano. Okay, great.
We also don't mind if we see Sam packing up his piano.
Great.
That's okay, Sam.
Yeah, try to yawn as well. Any tricks to remembering the names for characters, especially with how many characters that can arise in a two-person
Yeah,
show?
say them over and over and over and over again.
And also try to remember the one, like, I don't know, it's like, do you feel more responsible for what you've been named or what you name? I feel more responsible for what I've named.
Correct.
So I will help, like, and try to say it again.
I'll say like, Daphne, we need to do this, Daphne.
Christopher, I don't understand why.
Another thing that I will do, particularly because we do Improv and we're like so responsible for so many groups of names, is that I will have a name that is just a second beat of whatever name, like if Jessica makes a character called
Daphne.
I'm Daphne.
Yeah, sorry, I already did this.
Yeah, we'll do Daphne and Baphne, and then like as soon as someone says Daphne, it's like, well, I remember the other one.
Yeah, because it rhymes.
Because one is named Baphne.
Yeah.
But it's repetition, and I think that a lot of times the problem is that you'll be in a scene, and what's the most frequent thing that happens is no one gets named.
Yeah.
And the scene just goes on too long. But as with anything else, if you're like 3 scenes deep and a character hasn't been named and they need one, just give them one. Better late than never, always.
But no real trick except for just repeating.
Repeating it. Repeat it.
Similar question during an entire show. How do you recall such small details like buttons or one-line characters to have them appear once more at the end?
Oh, because Jessica's a true freak with a freakish memory.
I think though that it's if the more options you have, the higher probability you have for success. So if you have been like hyper specific and if you have been like labeling things clearly and you've been playing with walk-on characters and you're throwing out more details than are like traditionally necessary, then you're giving yourself like more things to play with later. So it's not about like, oh, there's only 2 names of fish in the aquarium. There are 30, so that when one swims by, I can say that's the spotted grouper.
Right.
So sometimes I think it's just a product of still having more specificity.
And also, you are more likely to remember the things that you like, that like tickle you in some way. So for me, if I'm in this high school scene and I'm like, this high school has a tradition of drinking out of this mascot's head, no fucking matter what happens to it, and now they've been forced to drink out of this head that someone's barfed into, like, I'll hold that in my pocket the whole show.
Totally.
Until it's time to make them drink something gross at like next year or whatever.
Yeah.
Until the character's like, no, I can drink this because I've drank something way grosser, and so now my hero's moment is to drink this. This won't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Amazing. You have a way of saying mundane things in a way that is funny.
Wow, thanks.
Is there anything that you guys did to learn that? Laser, you're so tall. Wow.
Saying mundane things. I think it's again, it's specificity.
I think it's also just a performance style thing, and also, hi Sam, thank you.
Hi Sam, thank you.
I think people enjoy seeing you make like a slightly, for lack of a better word, like weird. I don't know. Like if I said, "Will you please pass the cup of tea?"
Oh, yes. It is tea time, isn't it?
Oh, so what a lovely day to have tea. Like I don't know. Like it's just a performance style thing.
We're trying to do something that the other one would think is fun.
Yeah, and I think like versus that's a very sweet thing to notice, but I'd also be like that might just be that just might be Zach and Jess's voice. So I would always encourage you to follow your own voice, but like what you do that is funny is going to be better for you to do versus like searching for Zach and Jess say like they say get in the side of that ski lift in a funny way. It's like I don't know. That might just be like us, and you should do you.
Oftentimes, also, it's one of us doing a thing on accident.
Yeah.
The other one clocking it as funny.
Yeah.
And the other one being like, well, no, you said ski lift funny.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, what a bad improv group would be like, you said ski lift's wrong. What we would like to do is...
Were you for like an alien or something? Because you say ski lift's so wrong. It's like, yeah, okay, all right.
What we think is much more fun and much more like collaborative is to be like, no, that's how every single person in this world says the word ski lift.
Exactly, yeah. But there's like, I think that we've performed together for like over a decade, and we have like a shared sensibility, and then we also have like things that I think Zach is really funny at doing and things that I'm funny at doing, and our shows are made better by just following that own, part of like reps is like finding your comedic voice, and you will find your own mundane things.
Yeah. You'll find what is the mundane thing for you. And if you have a scene partner, you'll find what it is for them, and then your job will be, how do I throw up alley-oops for them to do the thing that I know they're so
good at, yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I go?
Shelby.
Yeah.
Laser. If you want, you can. I love you. I'm curious, y'all's advice, like how you approach improvising with brand new people that you've never done something with.
Yeah, totally. My like lizard brain likes the challenge of it. I think that I always feel like the thing that I can bring anywhere is clarity, and that is like, so I will take that on and I'll be like, I will be as hyper clear with this person as possible, even if it means kind of backsliding in my elegance, I am not afraid to be like, here at the DMV, you and I, two sisters who love cats. Like,
And what a gift to give a new performer to be like, wait, I don't have. That's all of it.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Like, and I'll do it aggressively, fast at the top. Like, I find this in some of the other, other settings that I play in. I'm like, oh, I will feel on my back. I will feel on my heels if I don't feel like I was very tenacious in the first 2 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
So I will make I will make myself initiate the first scene, because I'm like, once I do that, then I'm gonna go back to knowing that I know how to do this. So being I think the instinct might be deferential, be like, well, I don't know what your play style is. Let me kind of vibe for a second, and I would just say do the complete opposite. Act like you're act like they are guesting on your show.
True.
And be bold, aggressive, and clear. And I think that is helpful, because just all we're looking for is getting on that same page as fast as possible.
Now the bad version of that is being a steamroller, which I'm sure, but new players do that all the time. You're not a new player. So I think you can feel the confidence to be, for lack of a less toxic term, an alpha improviser, and be like, I'm setting this out for you. And if they either listen to you and you're going to listen to them, they'll have things to add to that. And
Yeah.
They'll pull it back. But I have found both Jessica and I are improvisers that very much want the ball at all times. And because of that, it gives me freedom to relax, because I know that I'm never going to be left holding a bag and no one else is ready to do anything.
Right, yeah.
And so when it's with new improvisers, they are that.
Or just, you're saying new people too, they could be experienced, but just
or even experienced.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that vibe. I think
that.
clarity's your best friend. I remember a Herald coach noted me that I was so clunky. He was like, come on, where's your, say it with a little more subtlety. And my whole team was like, no, none of us knew.
We wouldn't have known what she was doing.
We didn't know. That scene was lost, until you threw one lifeline of really seems like you as the dad are trying to date me more than the grandson or whatever. You know what I mean? Eventually you gotta put a label on
because
it.
Because that one moment of clunky specificity gives you the rest of the scene. And
Yeah.
the audience won't remember that. All they'll remember is the rest of the scene.
Yeah, and I think sometimes the spirit and the letter of the law of yes and, we feel that gets translated into deference, and the spirit of yes and is everybody aggressively attacking the idea and building and listening
To the reality of the world.
Yeah.
Not literally being that thing that you said, I think is a good idea.
I think that was kind of what was happening in the narrator scene, was it was a little bit of deference of you guys trying to make sense of that, which was that's the right instinct. We needed it to be 1 degree more clearly labeled of here's what it is.
One of you just needed to hand on the wheel, it's this.
Yeah.
And everyone else would be yeah. That's not a judgment on anyone. That's not you saying to your teammate, you did it wrong. It's we all would like it better if we knew what this was.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's exactly the same when you're working with new people. It's just let's just be clear.
Just be clear.
These are the toys we're playing with? Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's play. Yeah, great question.
You guys have several character types that you play.
Oh yeah.
How do you find the character types that you love playing? What was that process like?
What makes you laugh? It's sort of the same thing I was saying about the mundane thing. I love playing children because I love playing children. You know what I mean? And I've had enough validation loop that I'm okay, I'll keep doing this. It's just easy for me. It's an easy well of specifics to go to. I know that I can do that well, and so I will. I'm being a good teammate to myself, and I'm setting myself up for success. I'm oh, you know what would crush here? I'll be a thoughtful 15-year-old.
Whereas for me, I love playing idiots who are stupid in a way that you don't expect. Or just because the math of how does this person there is a logic to what they're doing and the logic is wrong.
Yeah.
But same, it's in improv you can do anything, so do the thing that you like, because if you're not doing, which is not to say that do the same thing, because different scenes will call for different things, and I would like to hope that we are still finding new stuff to do, but when we fall into I'm going to be a villain who talks like this, it's because I know that I will make that villain specific to this scene, and I enjoy that kind of villain, that sort of villainy
Yeah, that's one of the great joys of improv is that you can play all different types of people, things, like something that you would never be cast in as an actor. And so like, yes, part of that is playing to the full variety that affords you, but also I think there's nothing wrong with knowing your strengths and like playing to them. You're not like gonna get bonus points for like, wow, I really liked how you didn't play anything you were good at.
Yeah.
Like,
what big choices you make? No, rattle.
Yeah, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, eventually it's like, part of that is the same thing of like finding your comedic voice. It's a similar thing that like, I'm not particularly edgy, so I don't make particularly edgy choices. That doesn't mean I don't make them when I have to and the scene really calls for it. But I'm like, why would I walk down a road that I'm like not that good at?
Yeah.
So part of that is like the more you do things, the more you like hone in on your strengths. You also hone in on your point of view. You start to get a better sense of what you think is funny.
And when I see someone else do it, I don't know, the people in this room people in this room may or not. I watched Eugene Cordero do a show when I was like just coming up, and he did a scene in which like the physicality was so funny. It was just him wanting to hug a koala at the zoo real bad. It's the whole scene. And I was like, that is, what he's doing right now is a tool that I would like to add to my toolbox. And so like I made a concerted effort to make moves like that, normally like in practice, and then hopefully it's stuck with muscle memory and like, I
think that's cool, and I want to say to y'all, like, not to misinterpret what I was saying, like, if you're like, man, if I only was playing sensitive 15-year-old boys, especially in a practice, I'd be like, I'm only gonna play like erudite like moms today or something. I would take practice to like push and make sure that I'm not just getting lazy, but I also just wouldn't be shy about knowing the things. So if you see that in other performers, like, oh gosh, I love how much like Ross can pull specifics. That is like, okay, how can I just be a better listener of the world so I have more specifics to pull?
Yeah.
Like, if you see things that you like in other performers, there's a difference between like admiring skills and trying to achieve them versus trying to copy their comedic voice.
100%.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lizer.
Do you ever get improv burnout?
Yeah, that's why we ended off book as a podcast, honestly, is like, just to kind of go back to what I was just saying, it was me playing like too many children and being like, I'm making identical choices, I can feel it.
Yeah, I had to sing like a fourth song about bread, and I was like, I'm now in doing that, I'm like, not only do I have to sing a song about bread, I have to remember to make sure it's not the other ones I've done, and an audience energy, doing it just as a live show, and doing less of the shows. Also, I was coaching a lot for a while, so there was a time in which I would do like 3 shows a week. I was coaching like 6 teams. It was just too much improv, because when your whole life is improv, you have no life to pull from to do the improv.
Yeah.
You can't pull from improv scenes to do other improv scenes.
And also, if it's just like the 2 of us plus a guest, we were making like simplistic choices to help the guests like fall in, and that was also why we discovered we actually preferred doing the show, the 2 of us, because we can make more aggressive choices that we know the other one can rise to the occasion. Like, there's not anything I can give Zach that he can't do, versus if we're having someone who, by nature of just like the hours we put in, is not going to have done as much musical improv. There's not that many people, so we're like helping them.
We have to protect them, because they've done us a huge like favor.
Yeah, so that's why we ended off book, was just, I mean, we loved still doing it live, that we still have a version of it that lives, but it was very much a burnout thing of like, these are getting worse. These are getting worse. Like, these are really like plateauing. It's nothing ever wrong with like taking a break, focusing on like, if like, Shelby, if you're on 4 teams right now, but you're like, I really only, are you?
I'm on like 7.
Look,
it's so bad.
You'll know when it's
you'll
too
know,
much.
and that's also a good. So you already know. You know what I mean? Like, listen to yourself. Like, take breaks from like the teams that are like.
Is Shelby quitting? I'll show you.
No.
Is that what this
Not this one.
Not this one. Yeah, but I think it's good to like know that and take breaks and pull back a little bit, because it can start to get a little like, you know, sometimes it can like get you really stuck for a second.
Yeah, I think that I, as a student, learned that like I thought at one point that what I needed was like more hours doing it, and that is true for a long period of time. At a certain point, what you actually need is more life outside of improv. That will make your, like, going away from it will make it better.
And
the fact that we do less off book makes all of them much better.
Yes, and also, I think it's good to maybe, like, for the longest time when we were doing like Baby Wants Candy, Magic 2, and off book in the same week, Zach also had Cardinal Redbird, I didn't always have like a non-musical improv outlet, and that also started to be like, like, so I would say if you're newer or you're coming up, or you feel like one style of improv is starting to like, you're starting to lose the muscle power, make sure some of your 7 teams are not musical improv, because like we said, and is like a big overarching idea, you should be a good improviser first and make sure that like the music is just getting added on top.
Particularly if you're new. If you're new and you took some improv and now you're only in musical improv, the thing that will make you better is
going back to regular improv. Yeah.
I have 6 questions and 7 minutes.
Great.
So, is there one recent off-book episode that's your favorite?
They are so far away that they become, but we did have.
The ones that are coming out now, we did it in December just to like.
But they were really fun. We actually
Was favorite recent guest who's like in this room? In the last
probably Laser.
I mean, we had Tampa, which is like on the feed is 2 episodes ago, was really fun. It's like a rare time that we can musically remember. For me, the thing that like I get the most excited about is like at this point I'm like, ooh, that was so musically interesting, you know, because I know we can do like
and she says it like that every time.
Ooh. So yeah, I mean that was a good one, but.
What percentage of the word suggestions do you think you get on a regular basis are food?
Oh my god, like
I'll make it even more
50,
specific.
like, banana, pineapple.
What are tropical fruit?
Yeah, exactly. That's why we started getting like 3, and we're A-ing between them. We're like thinking of banana drawbridge actually makes me think of like things that flop over, and now I'm going to talk about like floppy things, you know, versus like trying to talk about like, well, I have banana bread again, you know, like not getting literal with the word.
And having more and being able to like
triangulate
and also to use them all in the show is like not particularly hard, but a little bit of an improv magic trick of like, oh, they remembered a thing that they said 45 minutes ago.
Hero's journey in a musical. Is there exercises that you did to learn how to do that?
We ran it with Baby Wants Candy.
That's what Baby does, and so like the fact that that's how we started doing musical improv, that's like our collective like bones. But I mean, it's Hero, something in Hero's way, tangent, world building song, and then stuff starts to like come back and mush together. But I think as an actor also, which I am, thank you. I think like my acting class training was all about like objective and want. So even if I'm not necessarily thinking of the structure, it's kind of why I gave Adam that note is like, my gut is always to hook in like, what's the biggest want? It might not be a character, it could be the town, it could be like multiple characters that have like opposing wants, but I really hook into story by like what want is the most followable.
But if you have a group that is doing Hero's Journey and you want to get better at Hero's Journey, what I would suggest is like one, running it, but also the ways in which it can be different. Like you get the hero. Is the next scene a villain? That's a classic. Is the next scene something that is an impediment to the hero but is not a villain?
Right.
That's different too. And like those set those things off in very different trajectories. But mostly it's just, if that's your form, run the form.
And also like watch movies and be like, what was the hero's journey?
Yeah.
Like which character was I following? What did they want and what got in their way? Because it helps you brainstorm like what types of obstacles you can have.
We don't do Hero's Journey specifically anymore, but we do hit them sometimes. And the reason we're talking about genre today is that like if Jessica and I find ourselves in a show and we're like, oh, this is Air Bud. That's useful for us to know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, we've got a weird sports playing animal, and we're gonna make it play sports.
Yeah.
Like
it's literally always valuable to know if you're an Air Bud.
It's so.
There's a related question there about how do you find themes for your musical so constantly? Like We Object to Fear had a pretty clear through line about overcoming social situations. How does the discovery of themes work?
It's because we spend time in the scenes talking about
how we feel.
Feelings.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times I think the impulse is to stop down in the scene and talk about the specifics of what's going on. But Jessica is very good at like taking the step to label like, oh, no, here's the internal, like when she says she played characters who are introspective, oftentimes what that means is she's taking the next step to be like, this character is self-diagnosing what is actually wrong. And what's wrong is almost always some sort of like emotional drive. And like in sort of like searching for the answer to that, that's theme. That's how theme works. It's something that's under the surface of like, oh no, the villain is trying to kill everyone. It's like, okay, why?
Yeah.
And
yeah, that I think like when in doubt, try to make an emotional choice. And then the more of your characters are doing that, the more like a theme will emerge.
You're killing it with the speed here. Are there exercises for going deeper instead of inventing more? My improv troupe, not this person's, has this issue. We keep on inventing many things and the scene gets confusing.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly, I think, a listening issue. Because there's almost always enough there. Like Jessica literally stopped the scene today. It was like, you've got it.
Yeah.
But people, it feels like, because it's comedy, we feel like, well, I need to think of the next funny thing to say. When you have that impulse, slow down. What has already been said that I liked? How do I do the next thing to add? So when we are inventing more things is okay. We want to build on the house that's already there to make it more detailed, more specific, more...
I don't know of a specific exercise, but if you're a musical improv group, I would try to be like, each character gets to say like a sentence and the music starts and you're like only allowed to use the nouns in those two sentences. Like, you're not allowed to pull like anything else. Just because like, really zero in on what you already have because it's usually enough. We did whole songs where people just said animal sounds. Like, you probably already have enough and you can just keep going like deeper.
Yeah.
It's definitely a listening thing. You might just be anding and not yesing. And in the same way we can have just yeses and no ands. Sometimes we have just ands and no yeses. So slow down. Or you could try a really basic three-line scene what you do in like Improv 101. Like, here we are digging through this tunnel. Yes, and I fucking love digging this tunnel. Yes, and my favorite part is sorting the dirt at the end. Okay, great. They are all dirt dig.
Right there with
But try three-line scenes that are about like only depth and specificity and not like yes and so like you're not allowed to do like yes and I also love laying the highways. Like it has to be about like tunnel, dig, dirt, like flecks of dust getting up your nose hairs getting stuck with dirt. Noses are kind of like tunnels. Like everything has to still be the same. Just try to zero in.
If you are in a, Baby One's Candy has a thing that they do that I think is really useful. If you are a team that is performing or about to do a set, we will sometimes stand and do show goals, which is like, I, for this show, am going to try to know every single person's name. Just by saying that out loud to the group, you are sort of like, this is my goal, and sometimes you're saying like,
that
maybe
should
some
be
of
your
y'all.
goal.
But I think it's really useful because sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, that's what they want to work on. How can I help them with that?
Totally.
So like, if that is a thing that is happening to your group, there is a positive like, I want to go deep, not wide.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing that you could say and elaborate on before you do a show, and that would sometimes if you can sort of just like will that thought into existence, and everyone will sort of work on it, and they won't know why.
Yeah.
Final question. As individuals and fans, what are your favorite genres and musicals?
Ooh.
My all-time favorite musical is Company. But I also love, I love Rent and Les Mis, which, hit at the right age. I feel like those musicals that you find when you're not just, watching the basic ones, the ones when you're, a teen, when you start to have your own taste, those were huge for me. And I like all musical genres. I was saying now, the stuff that I geek out about is we had a song in that show that was kind of like Cats in the Cradle. That was cool. I want to pull from musical styles that aren't just musical theater.
Yeah. I don't have a favorite. I like a lot of different musicals for different things. I love Legally Blonde. I think the music in it is great. Spamalot is so aggressively stupid that I think it's great. I love a lot of the compositional choices in Wicked, and Phantom was huge for me growing up musically. I don't know that I love Phantom as a show,
sure,
but I do love.
But you love it.
You can say that.
Or just to say, it's not like
wrote Phantom.
Great job. It's not my favorite of all time.
You look great.
Yeah.
But there are some crazy. I'm also the only thing that I don't love. I can appreciate. Oh, you didn't ask what musicals we don't like. I like Jessica. In addition to Jessica, like musicals that are trying to do something musically modern. And I also like Jessica.
Thank you. Likewise. I think also the ones that imprint on your brain you're gonna be so good at pulling from. we've been like re-breaking a want song a million times in our written musical, and we keep going back to the 90s Disney musicals. So like, so like the stuff that's like in your DNA and stuff is like really helpful and run towards it, not away. Like if all of your want songs sound like part of your world, like you should be so lucky. So like that stuff is helpful. So some of it is like, there's the modern musicals I like now that are really like, I'm excited by, but there's also like the stuff that first like connected you to liking this is really like helpful to play in, I think.
And that was where all of the great musical theater writers went for a while, and Broadway gets real bad, and Disney comes out with like back-to-back insane.
They're so good.
So yeah, like you know, Beauty
I
and
think
the
being a
Beast.
fan of a lot of things is helpful. Like try to like take it in because it's helpful. Thank you
Everybody
so
had a
much.
great time.
Good job.
Y'all are incredible. Really appreciate you. I think you can end the stream. Thank you to DSP and Laser Vision. Thank you so much, and thank you for backing Mock Trial.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Mwah.